Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Oh. What's going on, guys?
What's going on?
Trying to match
Not much.
where LNG are and this.
Mic check,
Hey
mic check.
there from now for the side of Diana, and you've got the Black Cleaver for. If they can get on top of me, this is kind of critical mass here for the. I think this market to get delayed again by another 5 minutes. This is where it starts to get nice.
Get yourself a proper
LNG,
warm-up.
you've got
That was cool. Don't know what the fuck was going on with that dude's mic. That was annoying as shit. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check.
Yo.
Mic check, mic Yo, what's up, man?
Yep.
What up, what up?
Hey.
Get yourself sorted. We'll be deployed shortly.
Alright, mic check, mic check. We got a mic here.
Yes, sir.
Right on. Mic coming in okay to you?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Where we drop?
Choice.
Battle Royale. Be advised, gas is closing in. Proceed to the safe zone.
Where are you thinking?
Right, soldier. Mark a drop point for your team.
Got that one right there if you want to go for it.
That's gonna be tough. No, let's go for it, fuck it.
Alright. Get him on the back end.
Let's get it done. Maneuvering. Enemy soldier incoming. Incoming.
I'll find you.
That was wild.
If you survive, you earn your freedom. Listen up, soldier. Win here and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done. You're up, soldier.
What?
We're bringing you home. If your team has the cash, they can pay for your release.
I should have pre-fired. Grab that nade. Fall, you got a mic? Is that a no?
Look like it.
Okay. That was you talking, right?
No, that's
Fuck, okay.
I'm dead.
Apparently that wasn't no.
Yeah.
You got a guy coming. I think you're good right now. I'll be pushing up to this building right here to
Go on
get.
from here.
There you go. All right, you got enough to buy one of us back. You gotta buy right here.
We go on from here.
And me and Captain,
There we go.
we can probably go to Green Marker and try to try to loot right over there. What do you say?
I'm gonna land right there because there's guns right there. See all those guns right there by him?
Yeah, you wanna land in that small shed then? right here.
You take this.
Going up there.
Let's go.
Assault rifle marked.
Alright, you guys want to take the, take this guy and move it maybe to, I don't know where you want to go. Hey, does any of you have an extra shield here?
Helo located.
I don't have a single shield.
Armor here.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Alright, what are we doing here?
Enemy UAV overhead. Recon contract marked. Enemy UAV overhead.
I do have a heartbeat sensor.
Nice.
I say we push to the tower.
Marking rally point.
Okay. Orange marker.
The downtown tower.
Enemy UAV overhead.
I'm in the bank. We could do most wanted. You guys want to do most wanted really quick?
Drop headed your way.
Sure.
Okay.
Most wanted designation accepted. You're a target now. Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
What is this?
We could just kick it here for a little bit.
Enemy UAV overhead.
We need like an ammunition box. Oh yeah, buddy, since you're most wanted.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Just kick it here. We have good position. I'm
We
on
go
the
on from here.
right below you
Losing
here,
ground.
Captain.
Friendly UAV overhead.
Oh, we're in perfect position right now. God, no one's showing up. Does everybody have ghosts already? It's kind of weird.
There's one guy right here.
Head for target
Yep,
location.
he's right there. Green marker.
Let's go.
I think he's moving pretty fast,
Let's
though.
go. We go on from here.
Truck pulling up.
All right, let's waste
See
it.
if they jump out. Let's see if they jump out. Jumped out. Other side of the roof.
They hit me big time.
They do have ghosts. Jump back in the building.
Survive.
I'm back in.
Let's go.
I'm right here. Green marker.
Let's go.
Contract complete.
Hell
Still
yeah.
alive.
Be careful, Captain. They literally beamed me right where you were hitting me. Or right where you're at. Did we see where they're coming? Were they coming on
We go
this
on from
side?
here.
Or were they coming behind us?
Rounds incoming.
Where?
I marked him.
Okay.
They're on top of that roof.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3. Shit.
Enemy marked.
Teammate has entered the
Oh,
gulag.
shit.
Surviving earns them redeployment.
Where is he?
There he is. On the ground. By this bus.
Contact front.
You're still alive, right, Orange?
Be advised, your teammate got their ass kicked. They're RTB at this time.
Okay, we'll just stay here for a little bit. We're in good.
Mover.
I'm coming to get you.
Maybe possibly below me.
Yep.
We go on from here.
Gas is closing.
Oh, shit. Get down, get down. Oh, shit. They're pushing on that roof.
Oh, they came. Yep. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Where's those mics? Where's those mics? Where's those mics? Where are those mics?
Shit sucks. Oh, we're right here, buddy. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, dude? How you mad? I love your name, Perk Nowitzki and Gamian Skillard. Are you kidding me?
We're holding for deployment. Now's a
Perk,
good
I love
time
your
to
name.
warm up.
You got Perk Nowitzki going. Dipped out. What? Mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. Mic check. We got those mics.
Yes.
Yeah, what's going on, Strong?
Amen. Just.
Chilling.
I think we're basically playing against like professional Asians within most of the team.
So you're saying you were playing with Asians?
No, I was saying that everyone I'm playing with is half cut, and we're playing against like a bunch of Asian pros at this time of night. You know.
Were you actually playing against Asian pros?
I feel like these lobbies have been.
Oh shit.
I don't know. I'm just messing. Like you're not Asian. Well, Asian. You know, like Chinese. Just like.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. They were they were speaking a completely different language.
Oh.
Roger that. I got you.
Practice. Time for the real thing.
All right. I just assume that if you're good at this game, you're Asian. Like if you're really good.
Oh.
That's just an assumption I make.
Just remember, Japan lost World War II, so.
If World War II was run on a simulation.
Battle Royale.
What do you think?
Alright.
Gas is approaching your position.
I like
To the safe
that
zone.
spot or military, but I do like that spot. I feel like that part. Ain't no wrong doing it. Let's get it.
Dude, I'm down for military if you want to fuck around with military.
I mean, yes.
Okay, let's do it.
I think that one scavenger is like, if you don't get it, then we're screwed. Whereas military, if you don't get the contract you want, you can still pretty much salvage. You can still, you know,
Still
fine.
one right
Yeah.
there.
Alright, so we do have one guy landing here. Probably a full team. I'm gonna grab the contracting guy. Two of them. That was that.
Targets are up. Get to work. Teammate has entered the gulag. Surviving earns them redeployment. Your teammate has entered the gulag. Surviving earns them redeployment.
So, we gonna
right
talk about the are we gonna talk about the Blazers now, or?
Oh, bro, don't even get my heart broken.
We won't talk. We won't get right into it. What do you think of their brown like Oregon jerseys? Are you a fan?
I actually am a fan of it since I've been
It's different.
a fan. It is different.
It kind of reminds me of like some Oregon Trail shit. You know?
It does.
just like-
Where are you from?
I'm from Vancouver. Not that Vancouver though.
Washington, right?
Nah, not that.
Oh,
Your
Columbia?
teammate's done it.
Ah,
They're returning
yeah,
to
yeah. Damn.
Be advised, your teammate. They're RTB at this time.
Yeah. So I watch a lot of Blazers.
It's up to you now.
Well, I used to watch a lot of Grizzlies, then I used to watch a lot of Sonics,
I
and
miss
then
I miss the
watched a lot of
Grizzlies.
Blazers. I miss the Sonics, dude. Like I watched the Sonics, but
I miss.
oh, get that.
You know the. You want me to get the supply run?
Yeah, get that. Yeah. Well,
I don't know. I just
yeah, that's a good. That's actually a good spot.
fuck,
pretty
it's
safe
all
spot to
the way
go.
over there. God damn, dude. That's not a safe spot since I have to run between teams. Fuck.
There's no teams here, are there?
There's hell yeah, there's teams.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, there's a Semtex in that bathroom, and also there is a box I can hear. The one on your left. Yes,
Oh.
sir. Yeah, I don't want to distract you. I'm not going to talk to you about the Blazers until you're out of this stick situation.
I don't know how
Go
to
in.
approach this. This is... I'm in a really shitty
You want
spot.
you want to head up here where there's a wall. Follow the wall, or like right here. Follow the wall all the way up to this car. That's your best bet.
Oh, thank you for marking the car. Ooh, I just heard something. Shit,
Yeah,
I didn't mean to do that.
they bought a loadout. That's why. It's way over here. Fourth here, actually.
Tagging aid
Yeah,
station.
just run along the wall. You'll be fine.
Affirmative.
Gas is inbound. Enemy UAV overhead.
Fuck.
You gotta go. Left. You gotta go left.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
I don't think you're gonna make that supply run in time, even with the car. So there is another contract right around, right here, in that tent.
Orange marker.
Yeah, let this one expire and move on and grab that one, then rip back up. Oh, we got a box. Nice.
Enemy UAV overhead. Contract time expired.
Fuck.
Stand down.
They're gonna be pushing me.
Did you?
Does anyone need
Well, did you hear a UAV go off or something?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, well, they're gonna pushing from here, so just get out of there and rip back.
Fuck.
Wow.
Went for it.
My bad, dude.
No, it's all good. I knew that they were looking for me because that was 2 UAVs that they popped.
Oh, wow.
This is the Gulag.
Yeah,
That was-
see,
that was
this
the
is
second one.
Deploy.
Okay, now I get why you were so anxious, or you had to
Yeah.
grab it, right? Like,
Yeah.
because they got their loadout down at military base, and then just basically popped the UAV and started pushing you.
Right started. Get yourself sorted. You're up next.
Yeah,
Listen up, soldier. Win here and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done. Sort them out or capture the objective.
Look, they's gotta be on the left side. Yeah. So,
Stand by for
we gotta talk about CJ and Dane.
Oh,
They-
CJ and Dam. The failed attempt at a, where do you want me to go?
Marking a supply route. Setting vehicles right.
We gotta be okay with that. Here's the thing. They are really good,
Not
but
together, though.
not together. Oh, nice. Alright. I see you. There's another box, you know, right above you, right there. It's like on this little thing here. The only way to get to it is... Yeah, Felix, they just... You know what? Okay, I actually think before you jump to that conclusion, they need a different center.
Nerd
I like
was
Nerd.
great,
enemy
but he
UAV
was
No, no.
inconsistent. And
He's
constantly
not
injured.
the right. He's not the right. Well, when he had that foot injury where he, like, snapped the foot, that's pretty harsh.
It
That's
never
pretty
was
tough.
the same player after that.
Nah, that's just bad luck.
And that's the Blazer way with centers, bro.
Well, Sam Bowie,
Oh,
Bill
Sam
Walton.
Bowie, Greg Oden.
Bill Walton.
Yeah, Bill Walton. Yep.
They're talking about health. The thing with Bowie is the reason why the not picking Jordan is bad. Well, I know they had Drexler, so it made sense, but it was because Bowie got injured. That was the reason why.
Bill,
Acknowledged.
I don't.
It-
A lot of people don't know this, but the year that we won it all, which was '77.
So, yeah.
So like '78 came around, and we were
Yeah.
like the huge favorites.
Yeah.
But then he got injured that year. And if you look at the record that year, before he got injured, we were
Oh yeah,
wasting
no, he's the
teams.
biggest. He's one of the biggest what if players.
Should I go for this?
Yeah, he's
Louis?
one. Oh yeah, go for it. He's one of the biggest what if players in ever. You should buy someone back here first because over on your left because they will get they can get a free self revive. So before you go to that supply run,
Yeah.
buy someone or buy someone here actually. Here, listen.
Can you take off some of the markers on my map?
Yeah, sorry, dude.
No, you're all good.
Yeah, Bill Walton's one of the biggest what if, oh, you got another box behind. Actually, you got only 30 seconds. Hey, Green, you should, or Blue, you should land here. Get your load out.
Contract's done. Your payout limit has
Oh, you gotta buy me back, too.
Yep.
What? No, at this buy station.
got gas moving in.
Yes, please. Hey, Green, no, at this buy station right here where you did the supply run, you get a free buyback.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, that's what the supply run does. You get a
Okay.
free.
I haven't done a supply run in months.
Ah, no worries. Yeah, he's one of the biggest what ifs, I think. Bill Walton. Hey, bro, you should get this. Actually, I'll get it. I wonder if there's any cars and I'll have time. I don't even know if I have time to get this supply or scavenger. Oh wow, he's getting shot
Where are we
at.
landing, guys? Where are you guys landing?
He's getting attacked. That's why I don't know what to do.
Orange is gonna attack. Where's it coming from?
You there?
We have a sniper.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
Fuck. I got sandwiched. Somebody has a missile launcher.
I'm taking
Right here.
fire.
Right
Don't
here.
worry about me. Just go. Don't worry about me.
Taking fire.
Green marker. Green marker.
You just gotta go, man. Oh, just gotta kill him.
You wanna play again, bro?
Yeah, sure. I'd like to. I'm just gonna.
Okay. What's your name? I don't even know his. Yeah, you there?
Hey, dude. Yeah.
Alright. So you're saying Dame and CJ.
Okay, so no, I think there's one last experiment you guys need to do. To be fair, because there's some teams that have two guards, two undersized guards. Well, I would say undersized, but like more so defensively, like not as good as like they could be or should be or need to be.
Name that team that's like that in the league.
Yep. Well, there's the Jazz. Conley, Mitchell, Clarkson are not very good.
Clarkson doesn't start.
He's the sixth man, but he plays a lot of minutes. And so what I was trying to say is even if you want to say Conley, who's old now, and Mitchell, who's really not that.
Almost the whole season, and Mitchell is way bigger than both Dame and CJ.
Mitchell's actually probably the same size
as
CJ.
I know that for a fact, bro. No way.
I know that. How tall do you think Mitchell is? We're just talking height.
6'4".
Yeah, and CJ's 6'3", right?
That's what it's listed. He's not 6'3".
Well,
Dame is hardly 6'1".
I don't think Donovan's 6'4" either. To be fair.
Okay, to be fair, he could be 6'3", but he ain't no 6'2" or below.
He's 1.85 meters. Which is 6 foot. He's listed.
I know he's listed, but if you know anything with the NBA, dude,
what, dude?
Shit is all fucked up, dude.
Look, I know it depends on. Yeah, like Allen Iverson's not 6 foot, but exactly. I think you can safely say that maybe they're overestimating CJ's, maybe they're underestimating Donovan, but they can't be underestimating it that. I'm pretty sure they're like the same height. I'm pretty sure.
I would doubt that. But they're close. It's not crazy, but Donovan is definitely bigger, more athletic, and taller.
He's a bigger dude who's more athletic, and he's younger.
He's just ultimately a better, like, dude, he's turning into a superstar this postseason.
Like, you know what? You know how I know Donovan Mitchell's not that tall? Because I'm looking at a picture of him side by side with Quinn Snyder, and they're like the same height. So wherever tall Quinn Snyder is.
But Quinn was a former player, though.
Yeah, but he's white. Can't be that tall.
What do you want to drop?
Look, my point is, I don't know, not anywhere high.
Downtown wherever. I don't like downtown.
Yeah, okay, we'll not go there then. We could be Lumber. That's a Lumber. Are you in there? Okay. Oh, you want to go downtown? No, you're not going downtown. Okay, cool.
Not downtown.
My point is that I just think if you're not great at perimeter penetration, which is what Damian and CJ are bad at, allowing guys to get by them.
Yep.
You need an elite center, defensive center, to make up for that.
Yeah, when Nurkic is healthy, he was that. Oh boy. Uh-oh. I'm dropping right here.
Clear to engage all targets. Over here.
So do you see this chopper?
Enemy helo.
Watch out, I'm so pretty sure there's a guy around here.
Mark him.
I don't know where, I remember him getting the scavenger in here.
Enemy helo. Enemy helo.
And this chopper is doing stuff, dude.
Where are we going, guys?
Enemy helo.
Should we be going back here?
We go on from here.
Enemy
Wait
helo.
for this chopper to come back.
I don't think he's coming back.
Alright,
Going back up to green.
yeah, it's a good spot. Okay, so Nurkic is, yeah, he's big. He can rebound very well. He could probably I'll even say that he can he can defend the paint and he can contest shots, but he's, in my opinion, not an elite defender in the sense that if you can get him on switches on the perimeter, and
A lot of that was the
he's not
coaching
quick,
problem.
he's not quick enough. But he's not quick enough to make, like, I don't know. That's the part of, like, okay, you know who'd be a really good combination?
What with
And
David
he's young. Yeah, and he probably wouldn't be hard to get. So, like a Nerlens Noel type.
Yeah, I've been hearing that.
Miles Turner. Although I'm sure you guys sentimentally want Sabonis, but he's not really.
Yes. There's actually been
He
rumors
costs
about
more.
it.
He costs more, and to be honest, he doesn't make sense unless you're giving up CJ for him.
Which is fine with me, personally.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But I'm just saying, if you wanted to try the whole two guard, because honestly, there are lots of teams that employed two guards and made it work. Like, two not so great. Like, I would say Chris Paul and Devin Booker.
Got the extra plate? Or
No extra plate. No plate, sorry.
Oh, you
No
need
plates,
plates?
no plates.
Oh, shit. Where the fuck are my plates?
Yeah, use one. No, one. You drop out. You drop out. But
There's one right here.
Stand by for orders.
oh, come on, bro. I got the.
There's one plate on top of this roof right here, I don't know.
Acknowledge waypoint coordinates.
Did you grab it? Oh, I'll get it. I got it.
I'm right
Do you
here.
need a plate?
We go on from
Okay.
here.
Now the problem is, like, I don't know. I think the problem is
Find you.
CJ. What's weird is he's getting dragged for this playoff, but he had a great season. Like, he had one of his
He
best
did.
seasons he's had.
He did have the best season he had. But our
Dude,
defense sucked.
he had 23 points per game. And he, by the way,
Are
when
you a
Dame
huge
doesn't
Blazer
play,
fan? Are you a Blazers fan?
I'm a huge basketball fan.
Okay, same.
And the Blazers are one of, like, they're my West team. I mean, I really like the Suns too, just Steve Nash.
That
But
Suns are fun.
yeah, and my sister lives in Phoenix, so it's kind of like bonus when I go down there. But
Do we have
yeah,
enough
I've been
to
in
buy?
touch-
We have enough to buy. Let's go, guys.
UAV overhead.
we didn't even close enough. We need to loot,
20.
like,
Oh, we're close. Fuck, we're close. Let's raid that. Did we raid? Is that bank right there?
yeah, that's bank.
Let's go bank.
Yeah, we need $4,000 more. CJ was actually better. Okay, first of all, people are like, oh, he's not a playmaker, he's just a pure scorer. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. In the role he has to be in because Dame hogs the ball. And I'm not knocking Dame, I'm just saying just the way the structure is. He defers to Dame. When Dame's not playing, he averages 7 assists a game.
Yeah, he's nasty. Greatest
And
player
he
of all
scored
time.
28 points per
Let's
game,
go buy
Do we
loot
have
up.
enough? Yeah, let's do it.
and his turnovers aren't bad either.
We go on from here.
Do you know this year he averaged 4.7 assists and 1.4 turnovers?
Drop it, drop it, drop it.
That's a nice assist to turnover ratio.
Friendly loadout drop on the way.
I'm getting ghosts because someone popped the UAV and I don't want to be bought up. Oh, hello.
Hostiles dropping where?
Yeah, right here, bro.
Indicating waypoint. Got a field upgrade.
Oh fuck, he left.
Where?
No, he didn't. Wow. Wow. He just baited the F out of me, dude.
Do we know where he's at?
Oh my.
No, no shit. Are you sure?
He's in the bank.
Get you.
What the fuck, bro? What are you doing? You're talking too much.
Your teammate was sent to the gulag. They'll fight for a chance to redeploy.
So dumb, bro. So dumb.
They're RTB at this time. Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone. Be advised, your teammate got their ass kicked. They're RTB at this time. Victory rests on your shoulders. Finish the mission.
Yeah, dude, that guy was like straight baiting me. I don't even, I'm still mortified. He wants like you to come after him, man. He wants you to. Oh, he's in the top of that ladder. You're top of the stairs. You know where he is, right? Oh, he's getting in the car now.
Engage that enemy vehicle.
Is there a different team you're looking at? Or
There's two
we're
of them.
shooting at you? Oh. Oh, he's here now.
Engage that enemy vehicle.
There's a box below you.
Enemy team is tracking your location.
Do you think he looted all of our bodies? Our bodies are just to the left.
Which one do you want me to go to? That one?
What? There's you don't have the cash. You need to find
Yeah.
some loot. But yeah, there's a bunch of. He's long gone, dude. He's like 5.
Where should I go at this point, do you think?
Go left. Go behind you. Outside to the left. Outside to the left. There's a bunch of loot. See if he looted it or not. No,
Okay.
outside.
Yeah.
Like right here.
Indicating waypoint.
Where? This way?
Behind you. Yeah, on my mark, man. On the blue mark.
Okay.
Right, like right here.
Stand by for coordinates.
Yeah, he looted it.
Where should I go?
I don't.
Where do you want me to go?
I don't know. I don't know. No idea.
Fuck it.
I push the way you're going, I guess. I guess maybe he's up in here.
Get to that vehicle.
There's a box there.
Ooh, almost.
Another box right, I think right here.
Acknowledge waypoint cohorts.
Thought I heard one. Maybe not.
Nope.
Oh yeah, there's one. Right in there. Oh nice, you just got enough. And there's a buy station right
Tagging
here.
aid station.
Let's go.
Yeah. I just think maybe before you give up on the experiment, so to speak, that you
Acknowledge waypoint cohorts.
maybe get like a Mo Bamba,
41
Maybe-
meters? 41 meters?
buy low on Mo.
Oh, top of building. 2 of them. I'm getting murdered. That was all. They were waiting.
You win this fight and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done here. Sort them. If your team has cash, they can pay for your release.
You there? Strong?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Oh, our guy just left us.
Yeah, he left like almost as soon as he lost his tool. Okay.
Oh.
Return
What
to
a
the
bitch.
Dude was just
Bad
camping.
look there. I thought so, but I looked at the.
Yeah,
Just
he
bad
was
buttons.
camping like a motherfucker. Same thing for who killed me. There was one guy on the roof, and then one of his other guys flanked me before or actually right after I bought you.
So, yeah, I would run maybe like I don't know, just a lanky, quick, like a Robert Williams or Mo Bamba or Mitchell Robinson, like one of those types. I think even Clint Capella would have been nice before he.
That's who was on my head when you were saying. I was like, heck, Clint could do it. We need a lobber. We
But
need somebody that Dame can throw lobs.
yes, and I think a guy that
And
can
push the pace, because we've been such a fucking half-court rum team for the last decade because of Stotts.
Tell me about Covington. I haven't watched enough of him to really know. Like, did he
killer.
just fall off?
No.
Oh, he was good.
He's had a great season. He had a kind of a slow start because he was learning our quote-unquote system, even though we didn't have a system. But
So you don't like Terry Stotts, even though he pretty much is like who did he learn all of his plays from? Rick Carlisle? I think he learned under Rick Carlisle.
Yeah, he won a championship with the 2011 Mavs. Yeah, no, for the first 4 years, he was killer. One of the best coaches ever. He just has not kept up
Adjusted.
with the changes. Yeah, he has. Yeah, he just hasn't. So and it's caught up with him. That's why he doesn't have a job anymore.
The year you guys had money to play with, I think
2016.
it was tough. It was tough because free agents, like you ended up.
Well, we signed Evan Turner for a $60 million contract. You there?
Yeah, I'm here now.
Yeah, we signed Evan Turner for like a $60 million contract, 4 years, just an absolute fucking shackle.
You try. That was before people realized. Well, you know what? They took a shot.
A hell of a shot to take, because that's not the only one that did. We gave Mo Harkless and Alpha Rubininu and who else? Oh, Myers Leonard.
But me was like,
You're breaking up a bit.
I said Amina was like 8 million, not even. I think he was like 7 million, and then Marcus was like 11 million.
What I'm saying is the culmination of all those signings for those long-term contracts, like handcuffed us for not just that year, but the years ahead. Dude, your mic is cutting in and out.
Bad now?
Yeah, your mic is cutting hella in and out. I can't even understand what you're saying.
Battle Royale.
You can't hear me?
Avoid the gas. Get to the safe
I can hear
zone.
you there.
Okay. You almost picked up Chandler Parsons, but you dodged that bullet.
Thank God. Glass
As bad
sneeze.
as Evan Turner was.
Glass sneeze.
Supply box located. Move to secure. Be clear to engage all targets.
Surprised no one went after the scavenger.
You guys pick up any weapons yet?
Like, really terrible weapons. Like, if I come and counter anyone right now, I'm
Stop
dead.
fucking around with a pistol.
Objectives updated. Move to the next location. SMG located. Objectives updated. Move to the next location.
Guys, well load over here.
Tagging buy station.
Are we trying to get him?
Supply box inbound.
Yeah, we're trying to get a loadout right now. I think Fokker is about to buy one. Oh, wait, we don't have a buy station right there. It's right here.
Tagging buy station.
Which buy station, left or right? You gotta take one of them off.
I was like saying, you know, people bought it
Enemy
over there.
UAV overhead.
Now they're coming. Guess that was their UAV.
Bounty target identified. Slot the
Yeah,
bastard.
that's them on the way over here. They're coming, boys.
I'm right behind Blue.
Loadout drop headed your way. The bounty target is down. Well done.
Oh, it looks like they're fighting someone else.
Friendly UAV overhead.
There they are.
Now it's waypoint cord. Tagging a
Yep.
bounty contract.
Let's go.
Got one. There's a guy right here on.
Almost hit. Objective is to eliminate the bounty target. Gas is inbound.
Alright, what are we doing? Are we going straight over here?
Let's go.
Are we going to that bounty?
Bounty target is down. Well done.
I guess not.
I guess not. Alright.
Yep.
What the fuck are we doing? What is Orange doing? I guess Orange got the good idea. Fuck it, let's go towards Orange.
Recon contract secured. Objective updated. Secure that position.
Dude, Orange is hacking.
I'm okay with that right now.
I'm gonna go back to this other recon. He's about to finish that one.
Contract complete. Recon intel secured. Recon contract secured. Good cash here.
What is this?
We kind of gotta get going.
Lone Wolf calling Wolf Den. Over.
UAV entering the AO. Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel.
Got ammo
RTB
up
for
here.
resupply.
Go on from here.
Phone ready.
Acknowledge waypoint cohorts.
Ooh, I got stopping power rounds. Hell yeah.
I haven't seen that in the game for a while.
I know, me neither.
Oh, we gotta go, man. Like we might not make it. I'm gonna try to head for this car, just in case.
Yeah, let's go to that car.
It looks like we're outrunning.
I'll drive. Anyone need body armor? I'll take the wheel.
Let's get Orange.
Got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
Jesus, that was the worst glitch ever.
Objective updated. Secure that position. Tagging buy station.
I'll find you.
I saw two of them running this way.
closing in.
We should head to the safe zone.
Those two guys you saw,
Teammate
they,
was sent to the Gulag. They'll fight for a chance to redeploy. Contract complete. Recon intel secured.
they rotated back over to where about there.
We gotta get some UAVs out in the air here.
Enemy UAV overhead. Be advised, there's an enemy team hunting you. Your teammate is redeploying. Stand by.
This guy's gonna be like right here.
Marking target location. Tagging a bounty contract.
Where'd you kill him?
I don't know where he killed him.
Where are you shooting, fucker? I need to land on some guns.
Movement. Armor's here.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Fuck.
Movement.
Your teammate has entered the Gulag. Surviving earns them redeployment. Your teammate is redeploying. Stand by.
Get back on mission. Make them pay.
Thank you, sir. Was that just a solo guy?
Anyone need body armor?
There was another guy with him, but he died.
Acknowledge waypoint code. Disregard last. Tagging a bounty contract.
Objective is to eliminate the bounty target.
Someone get that ice.
Gas is moving in. Use safe zone.
Anyone need body armor?
Let's go.
Alright guys, I'm pushing up.
Could be some people here at TV because thinking about going here.
Tagging buy station. Mark
Oh.
target.
I got a precision I can throw on.
Get him.
Be advised, friendly precision airstrike inbound. Friendly UAV overhead.
Stand by for coordinates.
Gas is moving.
We go on from here.
Buy some stuff, Damien. Go get like a self-revive and stuff.
Tagging buy station. Acknowledge waypoint goals.
Oh, there's guys up here on the left as well.
Acknowledge waypoint goals.
Be advised, friendly precision airstrike inbound.
What do you want me to buy?
Self-revive, UAV, Vision. We're kind of caught in between two teams right now.
Friendly UAV overhead. Be advised, UAV is being fuel. RTB for resupply.
Target appears hostile.
Enemy UAV.
Dick.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Do you have a precision or anything? Yeah.
Yeah, where do you want me to hit him?
They're right here.
Indicating waypoint.
This is Lone Wolf. Do you read?
This is Striker 3-1, good copy. Strike inbound.
Marked him.
No hits on that.
Fucker, come buying back. I'm buying back, fucker, right here.
Welcome to the Gulag. If you survive, you earn your freedom. You win this fight and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done here. You're up, soldier. Now get up here and fuck around. You got your ass kicked
I'm
in
dead.
that one. We're sending you back to base. Your team can still buy you back if they have the cash.
Son of a bitch.
Wow.
25 remaining. The enemy took that one, but we'll be back to finish the job.
God, what was it? What did we finish with? What did
So
we
it
just finish
says-
as?
I'm not sure. It says that Quinn Snyder is 1.9. So that's 6'2.5". I say Donovan's 6'3". Ops. And then CJ, you're thinking is probably what's not barely 6'2".
Both CG and Dame without tennis shoes are like widely known in this market. Now I understand nationally it'll say something different because it's all fucking weird, but they're not even 6'1", both of them.
Are you saying to me that CJ?
Well, how tall? Here's a better question. How tall do you think Chris Paul is? Without looking at it, like what the national
I think
media
he's.
thinks.
Oh, I think the media says he's 6'1".
He's not even.
I
6
think
foot.
he's. I think he's 5'11".
Yeah, he's.
That's what I think.
Exactly. He's 5'11", 100%. Yeah. So,
I gotta see it.
So Dame and CJ are an inch taller, maybe an inch and a quarter, maybe
I
tops
think.
inch and a half.
I
and
think.
That's
I think Dame is 6 foot and maybe a half.
it. Mhm.
6 foot and maybe.
Yep.
Probably.
With shoes on, he's honestly 6'1". With
Well,
shoes on.
how tall are you?
How tall am I? I'm 5'11".
Yeah.
With shoes on, I'm 6 foot.
See, CJ is definitely quite a bit taller than Damien.
Not quite a bit, but he is taller for sure, but not by much.
Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's the hair, but
It is the hair. It
that's
is the hair.
part of it. That's part of it.
I think I'm looking at the same Google images as you are. Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Dame doesn't try to hide away from his height. That's
Nope.
for sure.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, CJ was miniature, and even in college, he wasn't very tall, and he just had a growth spurt towards the end.
Yeah, you saw that picture? That thing's crazy. Him trying to cross
Which is-
over some 6'7" guy when he's like 5'6".
Oh, in high school, or
Yeah.
yeah, when he when same with Steph Curry, but I mean, I don't know if they took HGH or something because but he was like the height that CJ was is like you're not gonna make the NBA if you didn't get that growth spurt kind of thing.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
Like Isaiah Thomas is an anomaly.
He is an
Not
anomaly,
really.
just like Charles Barkley is a center anomaly.
Anyway, so Charles Barkley would wreck in today's NBA, man.
Oh, he would. He would. He's just height-wise as a center. He was he's 6'4", right?
6'4" for sure. Maybe 6'4.5". I'm gonna give it that.
Sure, we'll give him that. We'll give him that.
But yeah, what was he listed at? 6'6", sometimes 6'8".
Yeah, and it's like, no, you were 6'4".
Allen Iverson's the best one though. They were like trying to say he was like over 6 foot, I think, at one point. I was like, what?
That's agents talking. Agents and shoe companies.
Allen Iverson's 5'10".
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Yeah. I wouldn't even, like, I literally would not blink if someone was like, no, he's actually 5'9". I'd be like, no, I get it. He's 5'9".
Yeah. Yeah, I could take that. You know what he probably is now, that his knees and everything have been ground.
Oh, yeah,
like,
just getting older, you
into the ground. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
look, all I'm saying again is if Dame and CJ had someone like Rudy Gobert behind them, it wouldn't be as big of a deal.
I wish, like, as a Blazer fan, since I was like the age of 5, and I've watched almost every single game since then.
Bol. You want Bol.
Dude, I literally called for that at draft night. It was between Bol and Darius Baisley, and it's like if Neil Olshey, right? He always preaches about the GM, right, or the president now.
Yeah.
He always used to fucking preach about how he doesn't draft for position, but he drafts for talent. How in the effing fuck are you gonna draft? Like, I'm not gonna buy you. You are a snake oil salesman. You say bullshit. You spin it. You're a spin doctor. We literally had Bol or Darius Baisley, and he decided to pick, oh my God, who was it? Nasir Little. And it's just like,
really?
He
didn't?
Really? You picked Nasir Little out of Bol?
Yo, but at the same time, Nasir Little was, at the time, I thought it was a steal. Like, I was like, whoa, they got Nasir Little. Like, he's an athletic wing. Like, he could be a great 3-and-D guy, but it hasn't worked out yet.
Okay. So let's think about that for a moment. He could have been a great 3-and-D guy. Okay, but then right next to him, you have Bol, who's a unicorn, and then you have Darius Baisley, who already was signed with Clutch Sports, who had stupid potential. He was already LeBron James. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't.
You know one that I don't get? And I get the whole medical issue and everything like that, but like Michael Porter Jr. falling to like 14 or whatever.
Yep.
That one.
That was the other one that
I don't get.
Yep, I agree.
Like.
Or how about this?
I don't know.
For a Blazer fan, how about this one?
Like, no one wants a Greg Oden. I get it, but you know, at the same time.
Yep. So here's another one for you. Here's a good one that fucking haunts me every night. We picked a man named Zach Collins.
I know him.
Who, before we actually picked
that was a reach.
We had 2 picks. We had, I think, the 19th and the 23rd pick. First round. So we move up to pick up Zach Collins. And guess
that's 10, right?
Yeah, 10 or 11. Yeah, for sure. 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And
guess who went at 13th?
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yep. And then if you look around, not just Donovan Mitchell, but you look at like 9, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Like, I think 2 of them are stars now, and then the other ones are like really good roles.
You know what happened with that draft, right? Is there were so many good point guards in that draft that
there were so many point guards, but just rotation players. That was like a rotation player draft I can think of in the last 10 years.
If I recall, that was the draft that had Dennis Smith Jr.
Didn't you have the guy from Cleveland too?
De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox, that's right. Did you have that?
Markel Fultz, Lonzo Ball. I think that was the same draft, right?
Ooh, I don't think Lonzo. No, Lonzo wasn't there yet. Lonzo was
Or
the next
am
one.
I thinking of the? Yeah, that might have been the. No. No.
This was
Mitchell.
2017.
Right. That was the draft before, I guess. Then.
Yeah. No, but if you look at the 2017 draft and you look at after Zach Collins, which was I think you're right, the 10th. If you look at like 11th through 20th, you had OG Anunoby.
Oh no, I'm right. It was Markel went first, then Lonzo.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes.
De'Aaron Fox,
Yep.
Ntilikina,
Yep.
Dennis
That's
Smith
right.
Jr., Malik Monk, like all those guys were in that like kind of point guard, shooting guard range.
Yep. And then you started getting later on and like kind of taller, for the most part.
But it's what's crazy is some people literally had like I remember the mocks at the time. They were like, they had them all evenly. Like one would be like, nah, I really like Malik Monk, and the other one's like, nah, De'Aaron Fox, he can, he destroyed Lonzo Ball, and like other ones were like, nah, Donovan Mitchell could be the best out of all these guards. Like, and anyone who drafted him was gonna get a good deal, I think.
Like a solid player.
You know what's sad is you're telling me that they no, you're telling me okay, you're lucky. I thought it was 19 and 23. So it looks like you traded the 20th, which was ended up being Harry Giles, and
which ironically it was on our team this year.
And the 15th pick, which ended up being Justin Jack.
There you go. Even
but
worse.
You went worse. Here's worse.
That's what I mean.
If you had the 19 and 23rd pick, which you didn't, but guess who went there? John Collins, who's looking really good. He can shoot. And OG Anunoby, who honestly to me was like one of the best definitely one of the best perimeter defenders this year.
3-and-D, and that year,
this is a good draft, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. It's one of the deepest drafts I can remember in the last decade. 100%.
Derek White as well. Josh Hart, Kyle Kuzma, who's trash. Jared Allen, who's turned out really good actually.
Yep. No, that's one of the, I tried telling you, that's one of the best drafts I can remember in the last decade.
Luke Kennard, you know what? It was sad what happened with Markel Fultz, but then obviously Jason Tatum came from that draft, and that's been big.
Crazy enough, I may sound crazy, I still believe in Markel. I think he's going to kind of turn out to be one of those stupid late bloomers. He's going to be on a veteran minimum. He's going to come out, and he's going to ball. Someone's finally going to give him, like, the reins.
Well, here's the thing: is he is eventually going to get his shot back, right? He's not Ben Simmons. He will get his shot back.
Exactly.
He will. Yeah.
I 100%. I totally see him being like a off the bench role player point guard who's going to win a championship with a championship type squad. They're going to have a couple bench a couple bench spots available. They're going to be
so you don't believe his ceiling is any higher than that? Like
That's not necessarily it. That's not necessarily what I'm saying. What I am saying is the next shot that he's going to get, I think, is going to be on like a title contender, and he's finally going to be like, I'll just ride the bench for a little bit, play 15, 20, perhaps 25 minutes a game, and ball the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe he might get a chance and move on to a later thing. But I think he's going to get a ring with the title contender first, and then someone's going to be like, shit. Lonzo or
I think what probably will happen is, and unless he's a free agent this year, I don't know because of injuries and everything. I think he's just gonna be in misery in Orlando for the next 5 years. He's just gonna stay there.
Dude, I hope not.
He's just gonna take a contract. He's just gonna take a decent sized contract.
Take the cash and try to work with it. Yeah. Oh my God.
It's sad. It's sad.
It is sad, dude. Orlando is ran so fucking horribly, like wrong.
Yeah, they need to do what Oklahoma did, which I think they're kind of starting to. That Vucevic deal was like the first. Because I think they actually sold high on Vucevic.
They did.
So I think that's like it. it's better because most of these Orlando in the past, when Orlando's in this situation, they would just been like, no, we're going to keep on a Vooch and we're just going to stay in the middle. It's like, no, what you need to do is keep getting these top three picks.
Because you're eventually going to hit the nut.
Yeah, Cade Cunningham or someone will turn out,
Yep.
But
yep. Yeah, we tried playing the Orlando Magic.
Damn, Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo went in that draft too. Damn.
Dude, I'm telling you, 2016 was a nice draft, dude.
See, that's what I'm talking about. If you guys had picked Bam instead of Zach Collins, he would be perfect with Bam and CJ.
So what you're trying to say is if we would have literally picked anybody else but Zach Collins.
I mean,
that's how bad it hamstrung us, man. That's how bad it hamstrung. I would love for you to take a look at how many games Zach Collins has played in the 4 years we've had him. Almost.
I'm gonna say his average is 45 games. I'm gonna say that's his average.
I will be willing to bet that he's played a hair over 82 games in 3 seasons.
How many did he play? So his first 2 seasons weren't bad, 66 and 77. But then 1920 he played 11 games, and then how many did he play this year?
Oh, he played maybe 5.
How many did he play in the
bubble?
Wait, how many did
he didn't play in the bubble.
What year is it? It's 20. Was 1920 in the bubble? Yeah.
Yeah, 1920 was in the bubble. I'm pretty sure
they
didn't
finished.
Play. And if he did, you know what? He might have actually played in the bubble.
Right. Either way, he didn't play.
He just didn't do shit. Like he didn't.
Either way, he didn't play them. Yeah. No, I don't think he played. It doesn't show that he played.
Yeah, then he didn't.
In the playoffs.
Right. Yeah, no, he didn't play. He basically hasn't played the last 2 seasons.
Did he not play this season at all?
No, he opted on in the off season last year. So last summer he opted for or it might have been like preseason or something. He opted for season-ending surgery on his shoulder.
Oh damn.
Yeah, he's been literally like a 0.
Okay, so is he better than Myers Leonard to you?
Oh, it was kind of getting fuzzy there on your end.
Oh, okay. So hear me out. Is he?
Okay. You mentioned a name. I couldn't hear him.
I said, is he better than Myers Leonard to you?
Oh yeah, 100% when he's healthy.
Yeah.
But Myers Leonard this is wild to say. Myers Leonard was healthier in a Trailblazers uniform.
Yeah.
Than
okay,
Zach Collins, and that's saying something because Myers, I don't know if you know, he was out, dude. He was out like fucking half the time. Like it was bad, bro. Every time like a window of opportunity opened up for Myers, and I was stoked with Myers when he had the opportunity. He actually played pretty well, but then he got injured. And then that window closed, and then another window opened for another player, and then that player took over his rotation minutes even after he came back healthy. And then at that point, Stotts was like, you're not playing anymore because A, we can't fucking count on you to be healthy, and 2, when you get spot minutes and you don't have consistent minutes, you play like horse shit.
So silver lining here is you might be able to get Zach Collins for a really good deal.
Mm-hmm.
And get him on the cheap, and he's still only 23. I mean, it's
But he's already had 3 surgeries now, so it's kind of a catch a can. Like I guess it depends on if you
what the surgeries are for. Were they knee surgery?
They weren't knee surgeries, but they were for what there was a shoulder surgery.
Mm-hmm.
He's had issues with his back, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And I think, God, I want to say there was almost 2 shoulder surgeries, or like a neck or some shit. Like, for big men, like, those types of things just suck.
Well, it sucks because it'll probably make him be wary towards, like, kind of being physical.
Mm-hmm.
And or at least to be more injury prone to being when he is physical. So he just kind of becomes like a stretch 5, maybe.
I mean, he was always... like it was weird. So he was always a stretch five kind of in our
Yeah,
scheme, but he doesn't
then
have the
only
lateral
be
movement
that.
anymore. Because he was
Right.
quick at one point, but it's just
Hmm.
completely hindered him now. So, like, the best he'll ever probably be, like, his whole career is just, like, a decent rotation player. Nothing great. He comes
The
in,
real
plays,
question I
12
have for
minutes.
you is, yeah, what should the Blazers do?
In
Should they
my opinion,
trade? Okay,
in my
they
opinion,
can't trade. They can't trade Dame because of the whole loyalty and everything. But that's probably what they should. If you're being ruthless and cold, you sell him for like a just bucket load of players. Trade Nurkic, just maybe kind of reset and build around CJ.
if I was a GM that had nothing to lose, that's funny. That's Neil Olshey. Um, but if I had a GM that had nothing to lose to
Hey,
give
Paul
up,
Allen's not there anymore.
exactly.
His sister might not be as forgiving.
Right. Yeah, you know your shit. If I didn't give an absolute fuck, but at the same
Yeah,
time I wanted to hook up the team for a later on kind of thing, I would do what you said.
yeah,
I would trade Dame for massive amounts of first round draft picks. Just that's the first thing I would do.
buckets.
Just first round draft picks. I want seven. I want
Okay,
seven
so
first round draft picks.
if you're gonna do that, you have to do the same. I think you almost have to completely tear it down,
That's what I mean.
because
If I was Neil
unless
Olshey, you
or
have to blow it up. I
or
mean, completely,
or
completely.
yeah, but you say draft picks, but like, are you maybe better off trading like him for some young stars, like a Brandon Ingram, like trade Damian for Brandon Ingram and some picks, that kind of thing, like get a for sure thing.
But is it a for sure thing though?
Because
Is
Hart,
Brandon Ingram
I
is a for
think,
sure thing? Do you think he's an alpha
because I
like
think,
Dame? Because I've
I
watched Dame for
think
a decade.
he okay, so he's not. He's obviously not Dame, and I'm not saying you're getting just Brandon Ingram. You're getting picks too, but
Sure.
I'd almost be. I'd almost be like, okay, here's my reason. It's like if I'm keeping CJ and I'm getting these picks, then I want to tank. So then I don't want CJ. Or if I'm thinking, wait, I can still get a guy who's like an all star or borderline all star, but has potential for more in Brandon Ingram, and he fits better. Then I'm getting, or he's not like the same position kind of thing. Then I'm getting those two together kind of thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm like kind of doing a reset. Like I'm just saying, like I don't
Done
think you can
reset, so you need
trade.
to blow up.
Well, then yeah, then that's the thing. You have to trade all the guys. You
But
can't just keep
it's
CJ. You can't
that's
just keep Dame.
so like here in this market, basically, we like
You
this
don't have
is
time. You don't have time to wait for the picks that you get from CJ or Dame and keep one. If you only, but there's
exactly.
no franchise ever would trade two stars like that. Like they, I know the fans are loyal, but man, they would
It's
just.
happened
You know what
before.
happened? What
Look at the
happened?
Thunder. Did they have Westbrook and Jordan one year, and then
Ah,
the other they didn't?
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But
So, but
but
I know I don't
but
want that as a fan.
the biggest but again the biggest part of that deal with Paul George, in my opinion, weren't those picks. It's getting Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Okay, sure, but at the end of the
And they got
day,
really lucky with the whole Chris Paul trade for West picks, and then flipped Chris Paul to Phoenix for more picks. Like that was
is
a
it
nice
luck
little.
or is it a good GM?
Okay,
Something
yeah,
that we
sure.
haven't had in a
It's
while.
it's it's smart to take chances on sort of those project guys like that. It's just
Yes.
like it's smart to take a chance on like a Michael Porter Jr.
Yes.
because he is a top two talent every single
Mm-hmm.
season.
Mm-hmm.
You draft him in like the top three, but he slips because of medical concerns. All right, well, you know what? Just take a chance.
Yeah, but nowadays though, like
Like OG
your age.
Anunoby
How old
slipped
are
in
you?
the. I'm 30.
Okay, so we're near the same. I'm turning
Yeah.
34 this August. Okay, so
Oh right.
back when we were kids, they would play people until they were dead. Nowadays, they treat people like kid gloves. Look at Michael Porter
Yeah, I
Jr.
mean, look at Giannis. Yeah.
Exactly. Like all these players that had
Well,
injury concerns, they
Tom
just
Thibodeau.
well, yeah, outside of Tom Thibodeau,
He'll right.
but yeah, outside of him,
Yeah.
most everybody treats the whole organization, not just the head coach, but like the GM, the president, everybody
Yeah.
treats people that have injury concerns but have super crazy potential with kid gloves. Why do you think John
Yeah.
Wall isn't playing a lot. Do you think it's actually because of his skill? Fuck no.
No,
It's
I think
because he's
they're
too
trying
dense.
to. Yeah, they're trying to build his body. They're trying to get him
Yes.
so that when he is ready,
He's gonna
he can
kill
actually play
everyone.
good minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, they're trying to fix his body basically,
Yes. Yes.
weights and everything
Same
else.
thing with Porter. He didn't play for like what, a year and a half, and then they brought
Yeah,
him in slowly. So it's like,
almost 2 years.
so
Hmm.
as a Blazer fan, it sucks watching all of these super crazy, massive potential players uh, go away because back in the day, not only did we take risks with our picks, but those picks turned out to be flops not because they were shitty, but because they got injured too quickly and they never recovered. So we're trying to stay away from that. That's what the organization has been doing for the last 20 years, and they're trying to pick
Safe pick.
safe players. If you look, dude, if you look at the last 10 years, I guess. Yeah, about 10 years, because we
Can
drafted
can
Foden
can
in
I just say
'07.
though that like that yeah since then, but can I say that Damien I think was at the time people thought was maybe a bit of a reach. Like they're like Weaver State or Weber State. They're like who's
At
this?
this
Like I know he can score.
at the same
I know he can
time,
score, but
exactly. He led college in scoring. I think
yeah,
twice.
but
And then
so is this
CJ.
kid Max Abmas, who's from a tiny school, and they actually had a decent run. But he's like a 6 foot, if you're lucky, guy. He actually reminds me of Dame. He led the NCAA in scoring this year, but no one's talking about him going
Yeah,
lottery. So I mean, we'll see.
yeah.
You know the team that I'm talking about, Max Abmas. I forget. They had like a little mini run in the tournament.
Did they go to the
They were like a
second
fifth.
round?
I think they went to Sweet 16 and they were a 15 seed.
Shit. Oh
They
my
beat.
God.
Hey, what? Yeah, I'm gonna look up. But yeah,
I'll be honest with you, because of the
even
pandemic and all that shit, dude. I like sports kind of took a second
yeah,
back
it wasn't the
for the first
same.
time in my
But
life.
for me, sports was like the outlet. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
for because like all I've been doing is just working and like not seeing people for the most part.
Do
Yeah,
you
here's
work
this guy.
days?
I work nights.
You work nights.
I work
Graves?
graves. Yeah, I work at
See,
the
at least you
port, so
do
I work like
graves. I work swings, so like when it's everyone's sitting down having dinner, or for you, you might be possibly waking up. I work swing, so I had to like catch shit on my phone for the last 2 years.
You know what though? I've been on 4 off, and I used to start at 7 p.m. So now I start 6. So it's not completely great. It's a 12-hour shift though, but because I work 4 on and get the 4 off, like it
Yeah,
does
that's
open up
nice.
a little bit of time. Yeah, he's Max Abmas. He went to Oral Roberts. Oral
Oh
Roberts.
shit. Okay. Oral. Okay. Okay.
He's listed just over 6 foot.
That
I
that
don't think he is.
that college, I swear to God, once every 5 to 7 years, they have somebody that's like on a radar.
Hmm. He's
Every
only
five to
20.
seven years,
Anyways,
that
he.
fucking it's a good it's a basketball uh college for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's Texas is has any basketball sort of like small colleges. It's that one.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, I don't think they even have a football team, or if they do, it's not Div 1. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
probably a
they
Division 2 football
do or
team.
something. Yeah, yeah, they're Anyways, I'll be interested to see where he goes. But I even think CJ was kind of like a bit of a risk too. No,
Yeah, I mean
I
because
don't
these
remember where he
colleges
went.
like he went
Like 19th or something
13th
like that.
13th I want to say. He was a lotto. He was a lotto pick 100%. I want to say he was 13th because I know Leonard was 11th. Because Dame was
So,
6th and Leonard was 11th. They got drafted together, and then the next draft in 2013, because we didn't make the playoffs that year.
oh, he
So
went.
Dame went.
They say he went 10th.
McCollum?
Yeah, in
Yeah, there you go. Shit. Yeah, yeah,
2013.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So,
So we picked
so
somebody that was
I have a
13th.
question. I have a question. Is it? It's. So, like I said, the only way you keep CJ.
We don't,
Um.
honestly. Like it's already kind of
Yeah.
like it was already sort of a rumor here
Yeah.
that Stotts was going to get released 2 months ago, and then a month ago, Jason Quick, our beat reporter for the Oregonian, came out and was like, every inside source that I've talked to, and he's the guy that follows the team. He was like, unless Terry Stotts makes this team get to the Western Conference Finals, he's gone. Also, if Terry Stotts is gone, they're trading CJ.
Hmm.
Like, he's gone. It's just a matter of when.
I honestly don't like. I don't get how like people are like, oh, CJ's 29 years old. He has 3 years left, and yeah, he's $100 million. But with the amount guys are making now, like, and what he had a good year, like he's a good asset in my opinion.
He is, and that's exactly how we look at him as. Is he's an asset to get better by trading him for a competent, bigger
You know,
shooting guard
you
or
know what?
small forward or power forward.
Okay, so hear me out on this. This would probably you're gonna love, but like it's a big reach. If I was like, if the Sixers kind of flame out this series, like if they lose to the Hawks, and
I'm rooting for the Hawks, bro.
and the reason they lose is because Ben Simmons just can't score, and he's had bad foul shooting. Which could you trade? Now Ben Simmons, he's a Nike guy, right? Is he a Nike guy?
I think he is.
Could you trade CJ and obviously something else?
Yeah, you have to
Or
be
like
for Ben. I would love Ben with Dame. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, it would be such a good combo, right? Like
Dude,
perfect.
Yes.
The defensive presence, the ability to give Dame a break, the pick and rolls would be.
He's an all-around player. Like outside,
And I mean,
I'm talking
he has
defensive,
his
not
shortcomings.
offensive. No, I'm not talking
No,
offensive.
yeah, yeah, he
Well,
has his
even
shortcomings.
offensive, he passes so goddamn well. Oh my God,
Yeah,
he would take so much heat off of Dame. If we had the right
yeah.
coach and we had Ben running the point every once in a while, and then we had Dame running off screens like how they do
So
with Steph. Oh my
yeah,
God.
here's why you do it if you're Philly. You trade for CJ because honestly, he's a perfect complement. Because I actually don't think Ben. Yeah, I don't think Ben and or Simmons and Embiid work that well together. I don't think they
They
work
clog the middle
bad.
too much.
They don't complement each other. Yeah, like they're good defensively, et cetera, et cetera. But like, I mean,
They don't have
I
too many
think
three-level scorers around them, and that's the problem. Not only do they clog the middle, but they make everyone around them have to be better than what they originally are because they're not three-level scorers like a Dame or even like a Kyrie Irving, which I think is like Dame light. But
I think CJ can.
CJ
He's
would
not Dame either, but
crush
I
it in the East
think.
Coast. We've been saying that the last couple years over here.
So
Like,
he went to school in Philly. I think he's from Cleveland. Um, and then
think if
the other
CJ went to
thing is,
Orlando, put that in your head. Wouldn't he average
yeah, but I can't
27
think.
points a game?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. His usage would go up and his efficiency would go down a little, but
Sure.
the thing that people, even with this, this is CJ stats by the way, without Dame. It's
Nuts.
27 points per game. It's like 6 or 7 assists per game.
Yeah.
His efficiency goes down, but the thing is, you're not replacing Damian Lillard with another average or above average player. Like that's $40 million coming out of your team. Like, so it's not really fair to be like, oh, when he's not with Dame, it's like, okay, if CJ was with even a bad team like Orlando, he still would put up the numbers.
No,
And
he
if he
would put
was
up the
with a
numbers.
team like with
CJ,
Philly, where he
CJ, my dad and I, we went to, like, right before CJ popped off, it was the 2014-15 season. I just got out of the Navy. We bought some tickets, really nice tickets to Golden State, and that was the year that they won it all for the first time. The Golden State,
yeah.
and it was Golden State, and that was the game that CJ had like a breakout game, and we're like, holy shit, this guy can play.
40 something.
Yeah. Actually, I think he scored like that game. It was like 20 something points, but that was like the game that everyone knew this guy's about to pop off. And he did. From then on, he popped off. We lost the game. Obviously, it was the Golden State Warriors. We lost probably by like fucking 17.
What was that round? What was that round that CJ basically won the round, like the series?
2019 against the Denver
Nuggets, right?
Denver
Yeah.
Nuggets,
Yeah,
it was second round, game 7. 4
That
OTs.
got you guys to the Western Conference. So.
Yep, yep. But the only reason, and a lot of people don't know,
You know
is
what's
because
crazy? That Western Conference Finals, like, you got swept, but every game was close. And if Kevin Durant wasn't on that team, I don't know.
here's
I think Kevin Durant
here's
broke the NBA, and it was just the stupidest thing. I hate that guy.
here's a wild thing that a lot of people forget, and only Blazer fans will ever remember. And you can look it up. It's so sad. My dick and ego go negative when I say this. If you look at the total minutes played, we we led that series 75% of the time.
Yo, seriously, they just went on like these big crazy runs.
Yeah. And at the same time, not only did they go on a run, but we couldn't score.
Yeah.
It was a twofold thing. We were like,
It's really, you know what's weird though, man? Like, so you guys had that versus them. Houston another year. I think with if Paul's healthy, I think they beat them. You know what's crazy is like that almost happened. This is what NBA is crazy like, and yet if you told me at the beginning of the year or even just watching it every year, I was just like, no, who's gonna beat this team? Like, no one's gonna beat this team. Now, the Raptors did beat this team. Let's be honest, but they did it. They did it out of. They got lucky. They got lucky. The Blazers didn't get lucky. The Blazers didn't get lucky. The Rockets didn't get lucky. But the Raptors got lucky. But it just goes to show you that if you put yourself in that position, like the Blazers and the Rockets have been doing, you never know. Well, but you never know if Katie got injured or Clay got injured or both got injured in those series versus the Blazers. The Blazers could have been in the finals that year.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why you play.
It's just like injuries always happen, even to the best. So it's
that's the other thing is
sort of a given.
I actually say this though about that Warriors team. The year they lost to the Raptors, obviously it was a big deal up here.
Oh, dude, yeah, fuck yeah. Oh my god, dude, I was rooting like a motherfucker for Toronto.
It was fun.
My girl and my dad were like, "Fuck yes, Toronto! Thank God."
Yeah.
Thank God.
So the attrition thing though is a huge thing. Like I don't think that the Warriors rested their players enough, especially because the regular season didn't matter. They didn't do no load managing. They were trying to like just punk teams and win as many games, and like it caught up to them. Like it caught up at 5 years in a row, basically going to the finals.
Yep.
And then you know what? Give Toronto some credit. They were really physical. Like when KD tried to come back. That first game, they were like making him work, and he popped his Achilles. So, and then when Clay got injured, basically he kind of got hit in the air, and he was tired. You could tell he was really tired, and he was going for a dunk, and he got hit in the air, sort of, and then he obviously landed bad. And that stuff happens. But and for anyone like, I mean, I don't know if you've ever got injured, sports or stuff like it always happens when you're tired or you're out of shape.
Fatigue. It's always fatigue.
Yeah,
always fatigue, 100%.
So, anyways, you can say Toronto got lucky. I mean, they had their own injuries. I think Lowry had a broken thumb. I think Van Vliet had what did he get, like some scrape or something across his eye? I forget what Van Vliet had. Like, they're obviously not to the same standard, but here's the other thing. When you have a top-heavy team...
Toronto fan? I know you're from Canada, but like...
Well, I'm a...
side.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, they're one of the teams that I follow, but, like, I don't really have a team. Ever since we lost our team, I kind of just, like, I became one of those, like, I even, you know, I guess I follow certain players, and, like, there are some teams I go for.
So you like
I like
because geographically speaking, they were the closest one after Vancouver went away, right?
Yeah, that's definitely for me. It was like, oh, I could go to a game still.
Yep.
Like, oh,
I'm scared, bro. Like with after the
Portland's never gonna go.
What? Okay, so I like
because there's other teams.
I like that. But
okay,
at the same time, so check this out before you talk. Hold on.
Yeah.
I do know that Seattle is the 8th biggest market in North America, and at the same time, Portland is the 22nd or 23rd. So why wouldn't you go there?
So no, I know, I agree.
Our owner, they have an arena ready to go for the 8th market. I don't know.
And you could argue you already have Blazers fans in Seattle, and you could argue that Portland people would still be fans of Seattle
Yes,
as much as
because
there's
I
a
know I
rivalry.
would drive to Seattle to watch a fucking Seattle
It's
Blazers game. I
NBA
know I
game,
would.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
know I would.
Well, they would be the Super Blazers, right? That's what they would be called.
Dude, you're the shit. Oh my god, the Seattle Super Blazers. Oh my god, I just busted a nut.
um, that or the Trail Sonics, but I don't really think that really works. So.
Yeah, the Trail and then Sonics. That's such a no. The Super Blazers. Yeah, Super Blazers.
No, the logo would just be like a Sonic, like a jet with trailing, like trail behind it. So it kind of like still gives you like a bit of it.
Behind this,
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. Anyways, I used to listen to Calabro like do Sonics games back in the day. Gary Payton, and I was like the one kid as young. That's why he had a bit more pep.
For us. Oh my god, he sucked.
Or I think he went to New Orleans or something too, didn't he? Or,
yeah, he did.
He was the Pelicans guy. He was in like the Pelicans thing.
So,
remember?
Not to get too sidetracked, but he did that, and then randomly.
Because he wouldn't go to OKC, he was like, "F that, I'm not going."
Yeah, but on top of that, weirdly enough and oddly enough, as he was doing like these weird things in between Seattle and Portland, the NBA would be like, "Oh, well, you're going to be the finals, the conference finals commentator."
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah, we need you for this playoff game or whatever.
Yeah,
it was interesting.
That's so odd.
So I would be like, I respected, I guess, Michael Jordan, but I hated like everyone around me, even like Grizzlies. Like people were Bulls fans instead of Grizzlies fans, and I was like, what the hell, fuck you, dude. And so even when like,
are you fucking kidding me? You had Bulls fans up there?
Oh, dude, there were so many front runners. Even like when the Grizzlies left, like basically, this is the like. There's lots of basketball fans up here. Like, I don't think people realize, like, with the demographics we have, and Asian culture, and like South Asian, which is like India.
Right,
I guess people call.
Culture. That's right. I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah, East Indian culture. It also took we didn't have the grassroots, man. Like when it took like kind of like Steve Nash popping off, and then also having the Grizzlies come in and establish that, and then we have them for 6 seasons, and by the time people are like kind of like getting used to a professional basketball team, they kind of. Anyways, it was just bad. It was bad timing.
Bryant Reeves forever.
Yeah, the dollar was really bad. It was just. The ownership wasn't as stable as like someone. It just wasn't a good situation. It was just bad luck, really. Bad timing. You know what? You know what's interesting about this? So our attendance was higher. Our attendance was higher. No, like at first, yeah, but after like 65 seasons of like 17, 17 and 65 and 18. And not really having an
when I said mediocrity.
Yeah, exactly. Not really having an exciting player. Like, here's the thing, man. Like, I don't think we were ready for it, and we just had bad luck. I mean, the NBA put in kind of such hard expansion rules because of what happened with Shaquille O'Neal and the Magic. Like, you realize that the Magic got Shaquille O'Neal, and then out of pure luck in the lottery, I think they were like an eighth or ninth best odds. So they already had Shaquille. They got the next year Chris Webber was.
Or did they already have Penny?
No, they didn't have. No, they got Chris Webber.
That's right.
But they were like, we don't want Webber and O'Neal, so they traded him for Penny Hardaway with a pick that was Penny Hardaway and a bunch of firsts.
Who the
point is,
Penny?
Well, the team that ended up trading. I guess technically the trade happened before the pick, so Orlando did pick Penny, but they traded down from like the first overall pick and gave it to the Warriors, and the Warriors select. The Warriors gave them Penny Hardaway. I think he was the 3rd or the 5th overall pick, and like three extra first round picks.
Yep.
3.
That's a lot.
But
holy shit.
Those 3 first rounders turned out to be like middle of the first round, and none of them really ended up being anything. Yep. But that was just anyways. Like, so but the reason why everyone was pissed is because the year before our expansion team came in, is Orlando, who had been in the league for like 4 seasons, were in the NBA Finals versus the Rockets.
Yep.
And so when our teams came in,
93 or
yeah,
94.
95, because 94 was the Knicks versus the Rockets, and then 95 was the actually the year that Jordan came back, but they lost to the Magic in.
That's right, in the second round or the third round, I can't remember.
And then the Magic in the finals, they actually had a chance, but they got swept. But that first game, Nick Anderson missed 4 straight free throws, and that's why they choked the first game. And because of that,
totally
they were such a.
Went to the Blazers afterwards. Oh, that's right.
And don't forget Mighty Mouse, man.
Oh, dude,
that's like the original Dame.
Yeah, it was the original Dame. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so because of that, they were like, screw this, we're not giving an expansion team like a heads up, like you're gonna suck. So they made it so that for the first 3 years we could never pick in the top 3, I think, or the top 2 draft picks. And what's crazy is it actually hurt the Raptors the most. Did you know the year that the Raptors, I think they took Marcus Camby, they should have been able to pick Tim Duncan. I think it was Tim Duncan.
You're shitting me.
But yeah, they won the draft, but they weren't allowed to take it. So it was like Tim Duncan.
I don't understand why would
they wouldn't let the new expansion teams pick the first or second overall pick or something. It was like
fucked.
And for the first couple of years, they were only allowed to spend 65% of the salary cap. So it's just setting them up to failure.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You're telling me that the NBA told the newer expansion teams that
the Canadian ones,
your cap is 35% less.
Less, yes.
Than North American United States.
Yeah, because they didn't want them. They didn't want them snapping up all the free agents. And
that is fucked.
It is, yeah. It's so that also didn't help.
That. Oh my god, that is fucked.
You know what hurt the Raptors the most? This didn't hurt the Grizzlies because the Grizzlies just didn't build a good enough team. We traded a first. Imagine.
Raheem, by the way.
Yeah, he's dope. He's a solid dude too, man. So you know what's crazy is we traded. Yeah, he's doing something. Or no, he's like the NBA.
I know he's part of something.
He's like he's with the NBA, and he's like. Oh no, he's the G League president.
There you go. Yes, you are right. Yes.
Because he was with the NBA front office, like underneath Silver.
I fucking know
for a little bit,
for a little bit, and then he went,
But he's smart, dude. He's like a businessman. He's like, I ain't going on the road coaching. He's like, I'm gonna own this stuff. I'm gonna run this league.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's crazy though is so basically, fun fact for you, it didn't actually end up hurting the Grizzlies because it hurt the Memphis Grizzlies. Which you're asking, yeah.
Thank you for playing when I was playing Warzone. This is really cool. This is one of the coolest experiences I've ever playing Warzone. I just want to say
that. Yeah, dude, I'm a hoops head, man. I fucking love the NBA, and I love
we know our shit, and this is fun.
Oh, for sure, dude. Yeah. It'd be good to have someone once in a while that plays later at night because that's kind of like my sleep schedule. Yeah. Yo. I have. I don't know if I have the latest one. I think I have 20. I don't know if I have 21. You know what it is? I need to get a new controller too because my joystick is just a little bit off, and I find it just messes me up whenever I've been trying to play 2K. I might actually have 2K21. I just haven't been interested in playing it as much. You know what?
I'm the same way, man. I bought 2K20. I think I bought 2K21 for actually half off, and the only reason why it was half off was because of the COVID. They didn't know what to get out of it, and I think it was $29.95 or $29.95.
Here's the thing. I love I've always loved those franchise modes and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And 2K does have a pretty good one. I've I was hoping they would I don't know, kind of make it a little better. Or I do like the only one that it's kind of only limited, but like the online one where you can play with friends, like online franchise, is just like it's not as good as the regular one where if you're like in the same room, like that one's a better version. So it's just like kind of a little bit off-putting. But obviously, who doesn't like building their own team and stuff like that? It's kind of fun, right?
It is. It is. I'll be honest with you. Like, the only reason why I buy annually, it's kind of my annual thing,
Mm.
is I buy 2K,
Mm.
and it's not because of the franchise thing. It's not because of the my
What's it
team,
for?
my player, all that stuff. It's
Oh
literally
yeah,
just
the playground.
multiplayer. Not even playground. I just want to pick the Blazers, and
Yeah,
I go against somebody else that picks another team, and I go up the greatest of all
probably a
time.
better team.
Yeah. Oh,
Wait,
always, always.
you, you what? The greatest of what?
Greatest of all time. The
The gr-
ladder.
the gr-
It starts
the
off with
greatest Blazers
rookie.
team?
No. I picked the.
Oh, you put on greatest of all time mode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I play as greatest of all time mode, and I go
difficulty.
match to match, and I play a random person who picks a random current team or sometimes a
Yeah,
past team, and then I just go there
right.
and I fucking climb the ladder for the whole year, and I just want to hit greatest of all time. That's all I do. Just play
That's
online.
cool.
That's all I do. That's all I do with that game.
Huh.
It's fun with me.
And you said you stream, right? So
Yeah,
do you stream? You
I'm
stream
streaming it
the
right now.
2K games? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
People are getting a crash course on fact that Canadians might know a little bit about basketball.
Yes,
Hey
yes.
everyone, a Canadian invented basketball. Okay,
They
James
sure did.
Naismith.
He is absolutely correct, my friends.
It was a peach basket, but I mean,
It
whatever.
was. And if we want to get super stupid with it, it was
Yeah,
actually the Aztecs who kind of sort of started it, but it wasn't a hoop
I believe
that
that.
was.
It was a
No, it
heart.
was. It wasn't a heart. It was a backboard. They actually had a backboard.
Oh,
And the hoop wasn't where you would try to throw something up and go downward into. It was actually sideways.
oh,
Yeah, and you
damn.
would have to try to hit it sideways into it. It was like look at a rim, but then turn it 90 degrees.
Huh.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Weird
that would
shit.
have been,
That's some weird
yeah.
stuff.
Also, fun fact: the first NBA game was played involving a Canadian team, the Toronto Huskies. The very first NBA game.
Right? I act funny. Oh my god, that's so weird that you
The
say
NBA
that.
is not that old. It's only like the late 40s, just like 46 or something
Yeah,
like that.
it's a young game. That's why that's why I think we're at the golden age. We are at the golden age of the game. We're seeing all these crazy changes right now, and I think we're going to see even more crazy changes with the range of the players. Well, like
Well,
Dame
Barkley and
and
Shaq,
Steph.
and I don't know if I believe this. This is actually interesting because it involves Dame. They're like the future of the NBA is going to be everyone's going to be like 6'6" and above. They're all going to be able to shoot. They're all going to be able to handle.
Yep.
But I'm like, do you think eventually a guy like Dame's size will get phased out? Because they can still create, they can
I
still
don't.
shoot, they
I
can
don't.
still.
I don't. And this
I
is
don't think so either.
I don't. And it's down to physics. And this is literally why I don't think it's going to go away. If somebody is taller, right? I don't care how long their fucking arms are. If
Yeah,
somebody is taller, but then somebody is shorter, that person, if they know how to do it correctly and they have like the God-gifted uh, uh, athleticism, there's
yeah,
no
the
way,
agility.
shape, or form that they can try to pick the ball from a guy who's dribbling 2 feet below them.
hmm hmm
They'll make them turn around in circles. There's absolutely no way in fucking hell that will happen.
So teams have been experimenting not with getting rid of shorter players, but they've been experimenting with getting rid of the really tall players. Like teams have been like, maybe we'll play small ball, maybe we'll play with 6'8", and just everyone's like 6'5", 6'8", and they can switch. Everyone switch
Exactly.
everything.
Exactly.
So I kind of see where they're getting at that. I don't think the NBA is going to get taller, but I do think they're trying to be like, how can we get the most
More
athletic, but
positional.
still Yeah, athletic, but
Positionless.
still has size for sure. For sure.
Yep. Yeah, positionless, 100%. They need everybody to be completely agile because people are shooting at longer ranges. They need people to have that athleticism to just spurt
Which
over.
which brings you back to
CJ.
Damien and CJ is you can only have one of them. You can only have one.
That is the crux,
Yeah.
man. That's the crux.
And you know, if CJ was 6'5", 6'6", you know, and even if he
completely
wasn't,
different story.
it'd be a,
Completely different story.
yeah, for
Completely
sure.
different story.
But
it would honestly, like, if CJ was 6'5" or 6'6".
if CJ was Devin Booker sized, you could probably, you know what I mean? Like even like just 6'4", 6'5", like that's
let's get
could probably get away with it.
Let's say if CJ was Paul George, not Paul George, but height and athleticism.
It's funny you say that because I was like, I wonder if the Clippers flame out, if that could be a target.
Blazers are already actually talking about that within our community.
Right.
If you go to blazersedge.com, I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's a beautiful.
But how do we feel about Paul George? Is he a perennial loser?
I don't care for him. Exactly.
Yeah, like Jason Kidd. Just like Jason Kidd. But I mean, like,
no, you can't say Jason Kidd. You can't. You can't put Paul George and Jason Kidd in the same thing because Jason Kidd.
No. As a coach, J Kidd.
Oh yes.
J Kidd as a coach, not as a player.
Okay.
No, not as a player. No.
God.
Respect.
Yeah.
Dude.
No. As a coach, he's a. Oh my God, he's a dumpster fire.
As a player, you want to talk about as a player? I went to a game. It was one of the games I went to a Grizzlies game as a kid, and it was like J Kidd on the Suns.
So good.
We were up by like I think 8 points with like a minute to go.
What was this? A Grizzlies game when you were a kid?
Yeah, it was a Grizzlies game. Yeah. It was like 8 points with like maybe 2 minutes to go, and he proceeds to. Yeah, and he proceeds to set up one pass. It's a 6-point game. We go down the court. I think he gets a steal. He hits a three. And at that time, he wasn't even known for hitting threes. Like J Kidd didn't start. He was like an unreliable.
Threes in the fucking 90s, honestly. Like honestly, compared to now. But I hear you though. Back in the day.
No, true. But he did like one of those like he like slowly dribbled up the court and then he just pulled up, not like heat check Dame, but like what you considered heat check is like if you have the ball and you're not just like getting a catch and shoot in the NBA back then. If you have the ball and you're dribbling it and you pull up for any three, that was like whoa.
That's wild. Yeah, that's wild.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm deep. He wasn't even wide open. He just shot over the dude. What?
23-foot 3-point.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah.
Anyways, he did it again. He did 2 of those 3-pointers, and I was like, yeah. And then they ended up, obviously they beat us. Because I think I only went to one game where they won. And I went to probably 25 games at least.
Throughout the time that the franchise was existent.
Yeah. Like, so the first year, I don't remember, like, my dad getting fully into it. We lived, like, an hour away, too, so I can't, like, it's part of the fact.
They became a team, or was it earlier?
It would have been 95 to 01, so, like, I think 95, 96 would have been their first season.
Yeah, that's right.
I
started collecting cards.
That's another heartbreaker. Us not. Yeah, cards. Oh, are you doing well with that then, or is it?
Oh, dude, I've been collecting cards since I was I was born in '87, so probably.
Now, I'm not trying to say you should make money from it, but because of COVID, cards have been.
Oh, dude, trust me.
The value of cards have been
skyrocketed. Let me tell you, I got a. I have a.
You might need to part with your Nasir Little Topps card.
I have.
Maybe just get rid of that one.
I got this thing, right? I hope you guys get a team, right? I hope you guys get a team.
Nah, even if Seattle gets a team, I'll be happy with that.
Okay.
I'll be fine.
So.
I don't want Vegas to get a team though. Can we just say that this whole Vegas, like, they already have enough teams and
get it. I want Seattle.
Okay, it'd be fun.
I want Vegas. I went Vancouver.
That's it. No, you can only
No,
have two.
it
There's
has to
there's
have
not enough
evens. It
room.
has to have evens. Has to have evens, right? So I want
You
4
gotta move an
V5s.
East team then. You gotta move an East team
Or
over.
just
You gotta
keep
be
rolling.
like,
So like you have Vancouver, you have Seattle, right? Those two need teams. In my opinion, both of those need teams because they have a big enough market,
Seattle for sure.
right?
Yeah.
So then you need Vegas, and then
Yeah.
God, Jesus, just pick your fucking bet on an East Coast team. Just pick your fucking bet on an East Coast team.
Dude, one of the benefits. No. You don't need any more East Coast teams because here's why.
Or Midwest,
If you
or
do
South.
this, you move Minnesota or Memphis or New Orleans over to the East. One of those teams can easily go.
I agree.
In fact, they probably should be. If I'm Minnesota, I'd rather be in a conference or a division with Chicago,
Cincinnati. Go Cincinnati.
Milwaukee. I like Cincinnati. I like Kansas City. I think Kansas City, they have a brand new, and Pittsburgh.
Cincy's bigger though. Let's think
but
business wise.
Okay, business wise is
more people.
Business wise is Kansas City's huge. What do you mean?
Dude,
Kansas City's big.
Look at the population between Cincinnati and Kansas City and let me know which bigger.
Kansas City has the arena though. They got the Yum Center. They built the 20,000 seat stage arena like 5 years ago, hoping to attract. Maybe it's longer than 5 years. It might be like 8 years ago now.
Yeah,
Hoping to attract a team.
The arena was built in Cincy. Tell you right.
But I also think Kansas, Missouri. You also got St. Louis. St. Louis people will come over.
Oh my God, can't yes.
Kansas basketball.
Yeah.
You got, and there's no NHL team, so you don't have to compete with that. Not that there is one in Cincinnati, but there is one in Columbus, Ohio, which is not too far away.
Yep. No, good.
Not that they have the same, necessarily the same fans, yeah, or the same type of fans, or whatever. It's different. And Cincinnati's a good spot though. It'll be good because they got the Bearcats there. They have structures of people who like basketball. Louisville though.
You can't really go wrong with whatever East Coast team because it's just so fucking populated over there. It's just so
for sure.
Not only populated, it's been there longer, and they have a deeper fan base.
But wait, are we sure? Are we sure we don't want to put a third team in LA? Are we sure we don't want to?
Stop it.
In Anaheim? Can we put a team in Anaheim? They're not LA.
Yeah, you're right.
We're not.
We can move the.
Maybe put a team in the San Diego Seals or whatever. Oh, hear me out on this one. Mexico City.
I would love it personally.
I think that'd be a tough free agent destination. That'll be a tough sell. It's a great city. Like it's a big city. It's a big city. Lots of dudes.
Fucking huge city. Yeah. Yeah. No. Mexico City. I think Silver is trying to penetrate the Mexican market.
And if you're gonna put an East Coast team in, why not just go all the way and just put a team in like London or something?
Dude, for real. No. In the next 10 years, I think that there's gonna be, cause Silver already said he's
adding 2 teams.
Oh,
he's adding 2 teams for sure.
That's minimum. Yeah, minimum.
Because of COVID too, to recap the money and
yes.
TV.
Yes. Yeah, to recap
for the next TV deal, I think he wants Seattle in there because it's a huge market. So you can be like, oh, we just added Seattle. They're a big market.
It's the 8th biggest market. It's been the 8th biggest market since you and I have been a kid. It hasn't changed.
I actually think it's absolutely insane that there is no team in Seattle.
Agreed.
I think I cannot believe. Have you been to Sacramento before? I spent some time there last year.
I have literally drove through it, and that is it.
It's.
I've heard it's.
I don't see how.
Dumpster fire.
Honestly, I do not see how any player
would want to stay there.
It's nice in this.
I don't understand it. What's wrong with it?
You know what? It's got some brewery.
What's the first thing that you think of? What's the first thing you think of when you really encapsize what you see and feel when you walk around downtown.
Right, right, right.
What's that? What's that thing
What's
that
the
you
aura?
think
What's
of
the
when you?
vibe?
Yeah, what's that
Mm.
thing? It can be
I
more
don't
than
know if I
one word.
can. I was gonna say I don't think I can do it in one word, but
No, no, no,
like
no. More than one word.
it just uh like
Because I've
whatever.
heard
If I'm
people
gonna
say the same thing that you're about to say, which is it doesn't feel
trashy.
no
Well,
trashy.
it's soulless. Like it's very.
Soulless. That's a good one.
Well, I don't know. Like it's not busy. Okay, like here's the one thing about Vancouver. Our population is obviously bigger than Sacramento, but like one
Busy,
thing going for
vibrant. Oh
yeah,
my
one
God.
thing we're very densely built right in the downtown core. So when I walk throughout the city, it actually, and I'm not trying to exaggerate, it actually feels way more populated and way bigger
Same.
because of our transit system.
You have a good
And
transit
when
system.
I yeah, when I
Oh,
walk through the
Canada. What am I
city,
talking about? You guys have a great transit system.
there's skyscrapers and stuff. I honestly, I'm no joke. It's New York light,
Yep,
just
yep,
light.
yep.
Not. It's like a just a borough of New York kind of thing. It's
It's like New
very
York light because if
cosmopolitan. Yeah.
it's like New York light because if Toronto is considered New York light, you guys are New York
Yeah.
light, but still
Absolutely.
that's
We
huge.
have the nature. It's obviously, the West Coast, what it's all about, right? But it's just literally foot traffic. So the way this downtown core, it says basically every day the downtown core, because of people commuting and stuff,
Yeah.
and there's lots of work more in the downtown core. It balloons, the population balloons to like 7 times how many people live there. So the feel of the city when you're in the downtown core is just a lot more. And I'll say this to you, by the way. And I've been to a few places, especially lately. I was down in Austin. I was down in California all last winter before COVID, and then Miami and a bunch of places. I have friends who come from California, from around basically North America, the world. And I'm not saying that the women here are the best, because I honestly don't like the culture of the women here. Like
They just put out the most, so it reminds you of
they're
America.
well. No, I was gonna say like they're a little like the girls here are a little cold. They're a little like sort of like stuck up in a way.
I've heard that before. I
But
have heard that
but
before.
they're per capita kind of thing. Like you'll hurt your neck. My buddies, they'll come up from like the States and they'll be like, they're like, what the hell is going on here? They're like, like left, right, like, I didn't know you had so many like good looking women up here. And I'm like, okay, for the most part, the women here are kind of like conceited. They really do take care of themselves. So that's, people here are pretty health conscious. So that goes into part of it. And then there's like this kind of like
Do you guys
Hollywood
love
North
sushi?
LA vibe. Yeah, sushi's such a huge thing here.
Right, and
Like
paleo bowls.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the acai, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I think that's part of it. And so there's obviously, yeah, that's kind of like a known thing here. But
So my
anyways,
question,
I'm just
you've traveled so
yeah.
much. What the hell do you do for a living?
So before the COVID hit, I managed like events and basically like installations for events and stuff with clients that I have. So when
You do
COVID
like
hit, that kind of
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I mean I would do like MLS games. I would do like for like Bell, like a mobile like a T-Mobile, kind of like a telecommunications company up here. We for instance, every game we'd install a I wouldn't be there. Like we just get promo people or whatever. What are they called? Brand ambassadors to run it. But we'd install like their well, we converted a shipping container actually into basically a fan experience booth. But like just different things like that for different events. The auto show I do every year, but because events I went on hiatus. I was like kind of scrambling, and I was away. I took the winter off, and I went down to like Texas, and I went on a cruise in Miami. I was in California for a few months, and basically I was just like came back to like everything getting canceled. I'm like, oh shoot! So
Yeah.
this past year and a half, I scrambled. I found a contract to manage a small crew sanitizing the port, like the
No
shipping
shit, you had to
port.
completely like change and just
Yeah,
wow.
but you know what? Besides the hours that suck, like working a 4 12-hour shift, and whatever. It's not like it matters because who's really had a normal life right now.
You're doing
The
God's work,
pay,
my friend.
the pay's been pretty good. Yeah, honestly, good. I kind of lucked out and was able to find something within a few weeks of coming flying back. I'm literally getting all these emails as I'm flying back of all my clients just like canceling. Yeah, this event, and at first you're thinking, oh, this might be 3 months, this might be 6 months, and here we are, a year and a half.
Dude,
What's it
yeah.
been now?
Yo, and here, yeah, no, it's been a year and a half.
Maybe not quite a year and a half. I guess end of summer it'll be a year and a half. Yeah.
Dude, it's basically a year and a half. We can just say it's a year and a half. The experts are saying globally, it's not gonna change too much for the next year. And what I mean by next year is the day today that we're talking,
What do you
365
mean?
day, like for the next year from the time that we are
What's
talking right now, it's not necessarily going to change all that much. It'll
well?
lessen a little bit, but it's ultimately it's
We're finally getting people, and because we were so behind you guys in terms of vaccines.
which is
So
wild
because of,
to hear. Like you have no idea as an
well,
American hearing
our
that from a
our
Canadian. That's insane. I think you guys
our
have such a
government just
superior system.
don't say it.
It's
No, we just have a free system, and because of that, our government cheaped out, I think, and basically got leveraged out of situations where they were not willing to spend. I mean, you could get into
see.
conspiracy with it too, to be honest, and think that because the level of some level of incompetence that happened
Sure,
throughout
which
this
is
thing, like,
I would think would be kind of a base standard for almost every government.
but we
The first
expect a
one.
lot out of our government in the sense that, like,
To be
wherever
better
you
than the guys
stand.
from the south, which is
Yeah,
actually
wherever you stand politically, like you guys, I don't know. I've never been more confused about.
you seem pretty educated.
I am, but
I would like
it's
to
been
think I'm
so.
educated, and
Well, I read a lot. So, and the trouble with reading is that
likewise, my
it's like
friend.
you can't always believe what I've never been. Have you not felt like it's so hard to? I mean, it's so hard for me to form a sentence right now. It's so hard to really know what the fuck is going on right now. Like I honestly sometimes think like that Trump, for instance, was just railroaded, and that and uh, and I don't think he's a great guy, or at least he doesn't come across great. He has a bit of an ego, et cetera, et cetera. There's obviously dirt on him. He speaks what's on his mind, but those speaking what's on his mind are also followed by like good actions. Like he paid out of his own money for his campaign. Now, did he probably grease the wheels in other areas like other presidents have? For sure. I mean, who doesn't like get kickbacks to their buddies and make sure that when they get out of office they're all set up? But that's just the way it's always been. But I think his campaign for a second term, which everyone knows a second term is where you really get more stuff done, I think it was railroaded. And I honestly think I'm beginning to believe, just with the level of incompetence from all these governments across the world, that this was like a fucking planned thing, man. Like, I don't want to get all like like aliens are real and all that, but like I honestly honestly, dude, this feels like there's been so much just like misdirection, and then like, oh no, don't look at. But anytime, okay, like the Black Lives Matter movement, like how convenient was it that we have massive, like that just spread and then how convenient was it the week after Trump was, and I'm not saying this is, oh, Trump should have been elected. I'm just like, whoa, was this all done just to like get vaccines into people and like fuck over a re-election for Trump and introduce all these other new laws and just test the people and see like how much are they really willing to fight for their freedom? Because in the last 40, 50 years, if you're an American and someone was like going to take away your freedoms, you went to war with your own country. In the 60s, you protested to go to the Vietnam War. You fucking like you like stood up and like I think it was like were they trying to see like how much are these people going to stand up? Let's just to see what we can get away with. I don't know. It's political, but it's just like here in Canada, I can't speak again on the ground level where you guys are, but here there's been so many restrictions and so much like just like the meddling from the government, but then so much incompetence. Like literally because they didn't secure masks because they let overseas countries like China screw them over. They literally said don't wear a mask, which like everyone knows. Like it's you put something in front of your mouth, yeah, you're gonna stop spreading of spit and stuff like that. They're like, yeah, no, don't wear a mask. And then like the minute they started to get supplies of masks, they're like, oh no, you have to wear a mask. So like, you just said a few months ago, they're like, oh, we didn't know back then. I'm like, bullshit, you knew what was up. You just didn't have the resources to deal with it. So you just lied to us. And then the other thing was like, the people that have been dying have been unhealthy or older people. And yet 90 to 95% of the deaths in my province or my state have been from people in long-term care homes. How are you not spending all your resources and money to protect the people unless you just are trying to get old people to die because they're a drain on your economy and they are a drain on your health care? Like, it's just pretty messed up. I haven't had anyone personally die that is like close to me or my family or even really an extension of my family. I've had some people who've like gotten kind of sick from it and stuff, but I just again like I bet you the death toll is lower this year in North America on a whole than it is any other year because of all the decrease in I would say like just opportunities of crime like violence and stuff or even just like flus that kill off old people. I don't know. That could be. I haven't seen the crunch the numbers, but. I don't know. I went off there, but I just feel free to jump in. I'm just rambling.
No. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. No, I have no idea, honestly, how it is in Canada.
I
know
do not.
It's just kind of it's stupid.
So what's your take on vaccines? Because I think vaccines themselves can work. But I think just the way, bro. Actually, I'll tell you another thing that they're doing up here. They're saying that if you got an AstraZeneca vaccine, which is not one of the mRNA vaccines, it's one of the actually has the COVID in it, a little bit of it.
I call it the fourth one.
What's that mean? Oh, the fourth best one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so because they could only secure those at first, and then all of a sudden they stopped administering them because there was like people who were having problems with blood clotting, etc. They basically are like, oh, if you need a second dose and you've already had Zeneca, you can take any of the other vaccines. It's like, okay,
right, because it's a generic way the way they administer
but there's
the
no
virus.
But there's none of the studies are about, oh, if you take one brand and then like we're talking about, they're saying like, oh, take this fourth best one as you refer to it as, and then go ahead and
joking.
take. I know. No. I'm struggling with you. I was like, and then go ahead and take this mRNA, which is a completely different technology, completely different.
No, that's true.
Like, it's so dumb. And here's the other thing, man. Before, because they didn't have enough supply, there was like you have to get your second dose within 2 to 3 weeks. That's what was recommended from Pfizer, Moderna, or any of these other companies if they're a 2-shot program. You're like, we don't have enough of that.
I don't know too much about AstraZeneca just because I'm pretty sure that America hasn't touched it yet, but I know the rest of the globe is.
You actually guys had a bunch of it, but because Pfizer and Moderna was like being created there, you didn't really tap into it. And to be honest with you, you actually either gave or sold us a bunch of Zeneca like right before it was announced that they're pretty much bullshit.
Okay,
so yeah. Anyways, you sold us like a shit ton.
Okay, so because that happened, what were you saying about AstraZeneca in Canada?
So because we didn't even have, because we didn't have even that much of any vaccine at the time, because you guys were basically hoarding or you weren't stockpiling. You have a huge population, and you were making sure that Americans got vaccines before other countries, or at least before we did. And so you're like, look, we're not sending you Pfizer vaccines while we still need them, basically.
Sure.
And now that's like we have tons of Pfizer, we have tons of Moderna, etc. Anyway, Zeneca, we all of a sudden we had a bit of Pfizer and Moderna at the beginning, and then we just like didn't have as much. So what they were doing with all the vaccines is they were saying we're just going to give whoever wants one their first shot, and then we're not going to. We know what the studies say, but we just think it's at least good that everyone gets one shot in, and then it may not be 3-4 months until you get your second booster shot, which is like that's not what the studies suggest. Therefore, you can't really go off of their research. You can't say, "Oh, it's 90% effective" if you're not going based on what.
Yeah, I agree. I
tests
agree.
say. Anyways, that's
That's
just
what's going on in Canada. Shit, are you fucking
yeah,
kidding
dude.
me?
No, that's exactly what was going on. And so now, if I got vaccine, I'm not vaccinated yet, or not sure if I'm going to. But if I got a vaccine now, it wouldn't be a problem. I could get a Pfizer, I could get a Moderna, I could get
Do you
the
have
second
Johnson
one
and Johnson, by the way? The
within
one
weeks.
shot?
So we
I would recommend
do
that, to be honest with you. I'm
really
actually,
because
dude,
they're
honestly,
saying it's
I'm scheduled to get.
60%.
Oh, listen. Okay, so I'm on. Okay.
Oh, it's
Yes.
based on when it
No,
was.
no.
Yeah,
So check this out. Check
yeah,
this out. Check this out. Check this out. So at least on the United States wise, I don't know about Canada. Could be different,
yeah.
right? But I do know this. And just follow the math here for a minute. I actually hold on. What time is it right now?
Late, early.
5:22 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah,
You're on the same time, right? Right?
that's exactly.
Okay. So, at 12 p.m. today, I'm
Yeah.
supposed to leave my house, walk. I'm just going to walk over to a grocery mart that has a pharmacy in there, and I'm going to get the J&J. The reason why I'm getting the J&J out of anything else is because A, it's
Hmm.
closer to me, and two is because it's just one shot. The third reason is actually probably the biggest reason is because in about 6 months there's going to be a new formula that comes out, and that new formula is going to come out to try to compensate for the different
Variants.
yes, the different variants, because they say no matter which one you pick, AstraZeneca, J&J, and then the other two others that are the most popular, it doesn't matter. They have an efficacy of 6 months. 6 months. 6 months. So if a guy that you knew was fucking like ranting and hollering about how he was the first one, second one, third one, about how he got it back in fucking March, well, guy's an asshole, because guess what? He's going to have to get the same shot 6 months later if he wants to be up to date. Up to date. And the problem with that is globally, especially West Coast, you and me, this is going to ramp back up uh, late September,
You think
October,
there's gonna be
November, December.
another?
It is.
You think there's gonna be
100%.
another wave?
100%. Oh, 100%, because half the people, at least in America, half the people don't believe in
Are
it.
not
They just
are
don't
not
fucking believe in
vaccinated.
it. They just don't
Yeah.
believe in it, right? So like that's going to ramp that shit
And
up.
they're gonna open the border up here
There
soon.
you
They're
go.
gonna
There
open
you
up.
go.
They're
So
gonna open up travel, and there's gonna
you're
be
smart
people
enough. You see
going
it
to.
exactly.
Yeah.
You see the problem there. So it's going to
Interesting.
happen. It's like going. It's not a could it happen? No, no, no. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen for both of our countries, right? Especially since you're right next to the border. So you're gonna see a ramp of it, right? But the problem
Yeah.
is all these people that were like shouting and hollering about how they got the vaccine super early. Well, that's great. That did help. That did help.
Yeah.
But it's only a temporary help because the efficacy of those are only 6 months. And they're finding that out now. And the only reason why it's 6 months is because the other people that didn't get the fucking shot and don't believe in this stuff, it's going to spread just like a virus does.
Yeah.
And, right? So it's
Yeah.
going to be a problem in October, November, and December in both the United
I
States.
guess what I was saying though about J&J is that it's said to be 60% effective at
Yes,
preventing you.
100%
Now,
correct.
here's the other slight interesting science on
You are
that.
right. You are right.
All Moderna and Pfizer studies were early on when it wasn't as contagious, when it wasn't around as much. So it could be said that them claiming it's 90% effective
I don't
isn't
believe
really.
that. No,
It's not really.
I
It's not
agree.
really genuine. I think every vaccine that's out there right now is pretty much around the same efficacy,
Agreed.
but what the really efficacy is doing, or what it's being effective at doing, is preventing you from getting a type of illness that's going to kill you or really harm your.
Exactly.
It's not going to stop you from getting.
And
If you can get
that's what a
COVID,
vaccine is.
you can get
That's what a
COVID again.
vaccine is. It's not even a
Yeah, you can. No,
vaccine. It's any vaccine.
no,
If you
it's
get a
not going to
flu
make you
vaccine,
immune. Yeah,
exactly. And people don't understand that. They
no,
don't
they
get
don't
it.
And here's the thing: I don't
And it's
necessarily
sad.
think you need to get a vaccine. I think you're helping to a certain extent. But if you are really healthy, you eat well, you get lots of sleep, you get lots of sun, you have lots of vitamin C, you keep your immune system strong. I don't think you necessarily need to. For me, like whenever I get really sick, it's when my immune system is super low. I've had no sleep, and then I come into contact with someone who's like hacking and coughing, and then I'm like, oh great, now then I got a little mini flu, and that's kind of like that's when it happens. Now, like to be honest, this is a bad flu, and yeah, it's contagious. It's a very contagious bad flu, and flus kill old people. They kill people who are unhealthy, people who are sick, people who have already pre-existing conditions all the time. Now there could be some variants that come down the road, but usually variants just make them more contagious, not more lethal, because the host is trying to find a host. So it kind of like does this without getting too much of the science that I don't know. It kind of does this like half-life stuff so that they can like basically find more hosts, but not be more contagious, but not be
The
as strong as
unfortunate
lethal.
thing about viruses, especially something that's so new like this, is it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
actually matter what your age
It
is.
could
I
change.
understand. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how old or young you are. It doesn't. Because the virus, after a while, after it goes through an X amount of people or population,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
depending on climate change and all that stuff,
It learns. It
it,
learns. It finds
it
new
not
ways
only
to.
learns, but it changes.
Yeah.
And it will adapt. That's
Huh.
literally the difference between a virus and like a bacteria. Like it changes constantly. It's meant
Mm-hmm.
to change. Like the science behind
So when the influenza happened, though, it eventually died off or became weakened
right.
to the point where it became
We're
our
talking
modern
about
day flu. Or
100 years earlier. We're
well, I
talking
mean,
about
it didn't take.
viruses that have been literally evolving since then. Every single virus that you've ever heard, your whole entire life, they have evolved. And
Yeah, I mean, like
since
literally, HIV is a virus, right?
exactly. So every
It's
single
from a
virus,
family.
yeah, exactly. So every virus you've ever heard that is like been a thing, yeah, it's a virus, right? But like we've come out with certain things that kind of help it. Not, we've never, ever, in the human history, have ever beat a virus.
Eradicated it.
We
Yeah,
have
no.
never eradicated a virus because the act of eradicating a virus is almost like a godlike thing because we've
Yeah,
never hit that godlike measure in
for
terms of
sure.
medical like information. But I don't
So
know.
you
It's
still think we're gonna have like
we're gonna
another
see it
wave?
again. Yeah, it's stupid. It's so dumb. Yes, we are gonna see
Probably
one in
this
October,
winter.
November. Yeah,
Here's
this winter.
here's the other
Exactly.
thing. Yeah,
100%.
when
100%.
people.
We're gonna see it
Yeah,
again because people aren't getting the fucking vaccine, right? I haven't got the vaccine, and I'm
yeah,
American, and I haven't got it. It's not because I don't like agree or disagree and all that
yeah,
stuff. It's
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
stupid
Not a
stuff.
priority.
Yeah, it's not even it's not even that. It's just my schedule is stupid.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
I'm without a vehicle. My girl has a vehicle. I don't
Hmm.
have a vehicle. She
Hmm.
works days, I work swings, all sorts of stuff. But
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, I'm supposed to be walking over to this grocery mart that has a pharmacy that's supposed to give me this vaccine. It's a J&J. They say, "Oh yeah, it's only 60% effective." It's like, well, if it's 60% effective versus 0% effective, if I don't get something, that's better than
So,
nothing. But the shitty part
do you,
about it is even if I disagreed with it and still got it, I'm still getting it. And the people that aren't getting it don't understand how all of this works, like on a
well,
global scale.
okay, yes, it's selfish, but you do have to agree though that there is, while it's very minute, it's a small percentage. There are people and random complications that can come from having a vaccine. Now, I'm not suggesting that those same complications can happen from you just straight up getting the virus, but I think if you're willing to be like basically a hermit, and then no, I mean
Herd
like
immunity.
that's really. Yeah, but like
No,
if
I
you're
hear you.
willing to like isolate yourself, then you don't necessarily need, just even for other people's sake, to get this thing. But the fact of the matter is that if you don't get the vaccine, you're gonna get COVID, and the COVID's probably gonna give you more complications to your health, depending on the level of health you have. If you're a
No,
really
no,
healthy person,
I feel you. I feel you. Like in the immediacy of what is everything going on, like I totally get that. Like if you like if you just hunker down and just like fuck
yeah.
you, and
But
everything like that, you're good.
that's not how human beings are. We're super social,
And not
and
only that,
people,
not
yeah.
only that,
But
just like
you know what I mean though, right? There's
I
these
do, I do.
anti-vaxxers. There are
Oh,
these
yeah, no.
anti-vaxxers, and I'm like,
Oh
yo, you
my
know what?
God. Yes.
Be
Dude, my girl's
anti-vaxxer.
anti-vaxxer.
No,
My girl's
but
my girl's uh my girl's mom
mm,
isn't like one like the biggest anti-vaxxer I've ever met in my life. I actually typed on Facebook. I said everybody that's on my friends list that are anti-vaxxers are retarded. I
yeah,
literally wrote that whole thing. I don't know. About fourth of my friends list just went away. I'm like, oh, that's fine.
wow,
They
crazy.
just don't know science. That's unfortunate for
So
them.
I've never been a flu shot guy. Like I'm just like, there's
I'll
so
be
many
honest.
different
As
variations of
an
the flu
adult, me
shot.
neither. Me neither.
Now, I've never believed in getting a flu shot just because there's so many different variations, and like
But I bet
honestly,
as a
it's
kid you
like
got smallpox vax, and I bet as a kid you got a lot of other
I
vaccinations as a
yeah, probably
your parent.
measles.
Right, right. So all those
Yeah,
things. A lot of people forget,
yeah, that's
man.
different.
19th
That's
century,
a
biggest 19th
that
century scientific like breakthrough.
mm,
Literally
breakthrough.
the
Yeah.
biggest 19th century breakthrough ever.
So
Ever recorded history. It
give
was
me
a
a vaccine
vaccine.
for Ebola, or if there is, I don't think there is one, but like give me a vaccine for something deathly or that's gonna really harm my body. Now I'm not saying I'm immune to anything that COVID can do. Frankly, I think I already got it when I was in the States because I
That's
had the
good.
worst bit.
Holy shit, that's good. Holy shit, that's
I
good.
had the worst bout
It's
of
bad, but it's good.
respiratory. Yeah, I
You know what I'm
suppose
trying
I
to say,
survived.
right? Like
Good that
you
I
built your
survived and
yeah, you got
antibodies.
it, but
Yeah,
yeah, that's all I'm saying.
for sure.
That's
Yeah, it's kind
that's
of
all
like
I was saying.
if you never get chicken pox when you're a kid and you get it when you're an adult, you can straight up die. So
I got chickenpox
same.
twice.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's even I
weird.
didn't know if that's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, it's fucking possible. I got it twice. It sucked. Fucking sucked. Oh yeah.
The second time you get it would just be like, what the hell is this? Like,
It
and kind of
was.
almost like
Even my mom was like,
scary.
"What the fuck? You got it
Yeah,
twice?" I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I guess
that's
I'm gonna
crazy.
kick it at home for a couple weeks or something.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I guess what I was saying with these anti-vaxxers, I was saying is like they think that they can lead a normal life and not get like, look, this is what this is doing is
It's horrible.
you're gonna get COVID.
Yeah,
You're
everyone
either
is
gonna
going to
get it
get COVID.
You're either
Almost
going to
everyone.
get it from, unless you're complete hermit isolation and you wait for a few years for this to, like, the contagion to go down and for the likelihood of you getting it to go down because of the contagion going down. But it's almost endemic now. It'll always be there as long as people
Well,
aren't
that's what
vaccinated.
pandemic means. Is it will never go away. Like
Well,
you and I and everybody else that understands what's going on, even the babies, I guess, at some point, like they'll get to a point where they're not babies and they're adolescents and prepubescents and stuff like that.
yeah.
It's just going to be kind of a part of society. That's what a pandemic is. It's a global thing, and it's a virus, so it constantly changes. So because it constantly changes, no matter what you get for a shot or whatever, for a vaccine, it will always change, and it will always be up to governments essentially to administer correct appropriations of that said strain of that virus because it will always be changing. So there's always going to be
So,
scientists looking at figuring out, oh shit, this year it's changed this way. Well, gotta fucking we have to
so
figure
we've
out how
established
that
though,
changes.
we've established that vaccines are effective in this sense of the world, or this sense of the matter. Like
Yeah, if
they
everyone does it, and if a vaccine is not 100% effective. No vaccine has never
no,
have been of
no.
100%. If
Well,
it's
but
50% effective,
no, but it's 100% effective at making the symptoms and lessening the conditions or
thank
the
you. Yes,
the the
100%,
complications.
100%.
It's not gonna 100% not give you a virus. It's just gonna
Exactly.
make it so that when it does
You're
hit
putting a
you,
shield up to you. You're putting a shield up to you. That's all you're doing.
for
You're putting
sure.
a shield.
Yeah.
That's all.
Now, I do have though. Okay, so we can establish all of that, but I think the reason why you have anti-vaxxers, and the reason you have people who maybe not even ever consider themselves anti-vaxxers, but you have a lot of people who are just distrustful of the government and everything, and that is what's
It's
creating
sad.
this. It's no, I mean but it's fair though. Like I said, like the incompetence
I
and
mean, it's
the
fair in the
just
sense that if you look at the past history of how
like
different
I
civilizations crumbled, well then yeah, I mean
sure,
it's
but
one of the building
I
blocks
work
of why civilizations have crumbled, and one of the biggest reasons why civilizations have crumbled, or nations, whatever you want to call
but
them,
also
countries,
because
is
got
they
also be
lose everything in terms of what they think the government can do for them, and then they
right.
start
But look
almost
at
kind of doing this weird like national mutiny almost. I don't know.
well, but look at Rome, right? Rome was a very advanced civilization with incredible structure, but
And they
because of
fell
certain
in the fastest time in almost human civilization.
for the size of them,
Yeah.
yes, but it was a deterioration, right? You had an expansion, you had this sort of assimilation of people into the Rome, be a Roman citizen, and they came with perks, and it came with an
And
advancement
rules
in
came.
in
Laws came.
yes, but there was infighting with the Senate, there was corruption, lots
Yeah,
of corruption,
exactly.
and
Exactly. And that's what we're
people
seeing right
trying
now with
to
America.
yeah, exactly. And so what you do is you open yourself up to smaller tribe like the barbarians and the Germanic people who end up the Gauls, the people who ended up
Yes.
basically destroying Rome. And at that point, when Rome was destroyed, it was kind of
It was already destroyed
leadership.
from within.
It was. So what I'm getting and what you're obviously getting at is like this is happening, but it's not just because the people are to blame. The people who also run the government are to
Yes.
blame. It's
No,
not as
no,
if this
no,
isn't.
no, no.
It's not as if it's
Exactly.
not
The car
unfounded.
doesn't drive
It's
with
there's a
just one
reason.
wheel. It it,
Hmm
it's the freeway that has its own mind.
Yeah, like if you consider the
Fucking write
government,
that shit down.
the
Did I just say that? It's not the car that has its own wheel, it's the freeway that has its own mind. Jesus Christ.
wow,
Let's get
that's a good one.
philosophical here.
Let's really get into
Yeah.
Plato and Socrates. No, I mean I don't know. So there is a reason why this is happening, and all I was pointing out earlier is just like the stuff that has been happening, whether it's with really wealthy individuals or the conferences and stuff. Like, look, man, I've ran events, and this is like you talk about just like bad ethics with big corporations. I've worked events and done events for higher profile companies like Crest and et cetera, and like they're owned by these huge pharmaceutical conglomerates.
Yep.
at the end of the day, because corporations, there is no face to it. It's just about profit, and
Thank you.
and there is no really, you lose ethics as a result. You I've seen, like, okay, I do a dental conference every year, and they're the only
Are you
conference.
a dentist?
No. I set up, I do an installation for Crest there, but they're the
Can you tell me
only
how to brush my teeth better than anybody else that I've ever known in my life?
Honestly, you probably should use coconut oil.
No
I
shit.
think yeah, I think people, it's for toxin pullings, and there's a lot of good natural. You do like a 10-minute
oil.
just coconut oil in your mouth, and it'll whiten your teeth. It'll pull any toxins. It'll help with gingivitis, all that stuff. Sometimes
What about charcoal?
like,
Sorry, I'm going kind of
well, I mean,
slightly off
yeah,
topic,
no,
but
no.
I've heard
There's
so much
charcoal.
stuff about that.
Yeah, there's definitely that with that's been like a thing on the rise.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just leave it with this. They're the only conference that I do, and these are dentists, by the way. They're supposed to be professionals who are supposed to be in charge of trying to protect people's teeth and teeth health and all the other stuff, right?
Yeah.
They're the only conference that while people are working there, they pay, as in I'm saying the dentists themselves, pay for these companies pay for golf carts to drive around the show floor. This is before the show. This is before the show's open. But when the show's open, there's just as much bad stuff. What I'm going to get at, basically, they drive around with these golf carts, and they give out free, unlimited juices and pops, soda pop.
Okay.
Why would
That's interesting.
Why would at a conference, and they're the only ones that do this,
is a better
that
word.
Yeah, would they be giving out these types of refreshments? And I'm talking about high sugar juices, right?
48 sugars added.
Yeah, because it's business. Because they know you're all. First of all, you're not gonna have your toothbrush on. You're gonna be guzzling down these sugar-laden drinks, and they're gonna completely destroy your teeth. And then they're gonna make money off of it because you're gonna go buy the Sonicare whatever, or you're gonna buy the Crest toothpaste, or you're gonna provide business for these dentists that they work with. And it's the same thing with doctors. Doctors will A-OK something because they've written a check, and they convince themselves that this could be, well, maybe it's not the greatest for them, but it's, there's like sometimes a lack of ethics involved, even in something like as health professionals, let alone other lines of work or other lines of industry where there's
fields or whatever. I get you.
Yeah, where they're already a little bit more cutthroat and edgy. Anyways, these are like the pillars of society where, like, oh, health, right? Well, why would people be trying to make money and screw someone over, for their health, though,
Hey.
Anyways, it's interesting. That's
all. Dude, what is your number, man? We should just kind of, I don't know, be friends.
Well, I mean, I definitely need someone to go to Blazers games with them in the future.
Dude, you got me for forever here. I'm
my phone number is 1604. I actually have a few friends in Portland. Kind of like around.
Wait, have you been to Portland? Are you familiar with Portland?
Oh yeah, I've been all over down Portland for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's no Sacramento, but that's a good thing.
Okay, I was about to say I was waiting for it.
Sacramento, if I was being nice, it'd be like a ghetto Portland. But if I was being nice,
ghetto Frisco.
Nah, yeah, I guess it gets that, but it's so inland, right? It's not even as nice as, even if you were to say, like, they don't have like a, they do have kind of a river. They do have a river that kind of goes through it, the whole bridge.
Dude, really cool river. lot of dead bodies floating in it. It's super nice if you have jet skis.
Are you
You
talking
can just
about?
whiz
Are
away
you
from
talking
it.
about the Columbia River? Which one are you
Yes.
talking about?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. It's a stupid joke.
You know where I've never been though, even though I've been to Portland quite a few times.
Where?
I've never been to Multnomah Falls.
Are you? Well,
I know.
this is why we met, and you know, I'm
I mean, we
getting.
got
Yeah.
some nature spots. Yeah, my number is 604.
Okay.
674
674
3832.
3832.
And I got international and all that, so if you ever text me or whatever.
Same. So I'll tell you what. I'm gonna send you something right now, and you let me know what you got here. Okay. I
Okay.
guess I'm gonna add you. Hold on, just a second here. I'm rocking the
I
Note
think
10 Plus. Go ahead. Sorry.
I think our vaccination acceptance is higher here though. I'm noticing like that we are
Oh,
behind, but
absolutely.
I
Dude, you
think we're gonna
guys. I'm
get up to about
envious.
7. But part of that is because the government is putting such strong restrictions, so people who are like, I just want normal and they're just done with it. Like you guys returned to normal a lot quicker, and I think people were like, well, maybe I don't really need it now. And whereas they're kind of like holding it over everyone and saying like, we're not opening stuff up until we get more people get vaccines. So it's kind of like they're they're kind of guilting it or using it as like a negotiation
I hear you.
tactic or whatever.
First and last name. I'm about to send you the text.
Keith.
Uh, I couldn't quite hear you.
Oh, it's Keith.
Oh, Keith.
Like Keith Bogans.
Kieth?
No, Keith.
Keith. Okay, I just sent you the most fucking stupid thing ever. Let me know if you got it.
Yeah, I got it, Dave.
Right on, man. Oh, Jesus, that's hilarious. Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. Okay, I'm just. Let's see. There we go. Okay, Keith.
I kind of look like Keith Van Horn if I
Last
was.
name, I'll just add you on Facebook after this.
Oh, Armstrong.
Armstrong. Okay. Any relation to the super fucking crazy global popular bicyclist?
No, fun fact. He's actually only an Armstrong through.
So he's an asshole. I thought you were saying fun fact. He's only an asshole, and I was like, oh yeah.
In fact, he's an ass. He's yeah. I mean, was he cheating? No, because everyone was. But anyways, we won't get into that. His stepdad is an Armstrong, but he only took that last name. Like basically, he's not biologically an Armstrong. That's all I was saying.
Okay.
That makes any sense. But Neil Armstrong, that guy is an Armstrong.
Wait, do you have like a wife and 3 kids?
No.
Okay, so wrong Keith. Just send me your uh Facebook link through text.
Okay. I use Instagram more, but I'll see if I.
If you got a Facebook, that's cool. If you don't, Instagram works, I guess.
Oh no, it's all good. David. I guess there's probably a lot of David Howes too, huh?
There's unfortunately a lot. They're all horrible, myself included.
Oh right.
And I will, by the way, I will be actually deleting this stream because of the privacy.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just literally gonna just delete this whole fucking
Can
video.
are you able to scrub it?
I don't have a decent computer right now, so
I don't
it's
know, like how. Yeah.
like if I had a decent PC, I just flip over to my desk that has a horrible PC to it, and I don't trust it. But if I had a good PC, I just flip around, take the good parts, and then dismiss the bad parts. But I don't have that right now, so will be deleting all of this. Oh, there we go. Let's see, opening Chrome. Boom.
Hmm.
I just added friend. Alright. Alright.
Right on, man.
Yeah,
You're from
definitely.
Philly?
I was born. I was born in Philly. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Yep. Navy brat. Navy brat. Dad was
See,
in the Navy for a little bit there. There was a port there. There's not a port there anymore.
right.
Moved
Well,
to.
we're both port guys
Fuck.
right now, at least for now.
Yeah. Exactly. 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 Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of nice being by the water.
I really literally cannot. I cannot even dream of the idea of being like, oh,
a
just
Dust
farmland
Bowl, like
constantly around
Tulsa,
me. Yeah, no fucking
Oklahoma.
exact. Hey, I've been to OKC once, and I was like, fuck, I'm taking a fucking flight
Yeah.
away.
But the houses, they're so cheap. Yeah, but there's like I feel like I'm gonna like die of dehydration just looking at them.
Exactly. Oh my god. Die of
Just
yes, yes.
yeah.
No, that's
I
that's
don't
it.
even. I can keep drinking water, but I like if I don't see the water, then
Yeah,
am I even living?
yeah, exactly. I'm gonna
Yes.
drown in sand.
But there was that famous movie or book. There's a famous book about
What was the
people
book?
migrating from Oklahoma to California in search of greener pastures.
Oh, I'm dying
I
to
can
hear
think.
the name of this book.
Is it East of Eden? Is that? I think that's the
Actually, that
book.
sounds about right.
Or is it something about like? I mean, I don't know if it's East of Eden. Something about like the Dust Bowl and kind of leave.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right, actually. It sounds about right.
No. Grapes of Wrath. It's also a
That's
Steinbeck.
right. Yeah, yeah, yep. No,
They're both Steinbecks.
that's
That's
a
what it is.
middle school classic.
Yeah, we read The Outsiders in the
Oh, yes,
book.
that's The Outsiders. Let's see. So we had The Grapes of Wrath, The Outsiders, and then the Flies. Oh my God.
The Fly. Oh no, Lord of the Flies.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Did we everyone read the same book, no matter where they were
Right?
in that time period? That's crazy.
Dude, straight up, man. Straight
Man,
up.
now I know. Now I know we're being conditioned right
Right?
there. It's just all right. So here's why you need government. If you leave you to your own devices, you're going to eat each other and kill pigs and kill each other. That's Lord of the Flies.
Yep.
Here's why you don't want a gang: is you're just gonna Dally's just gonna get shot, and your friends are gonna get shot. So yeah, there's the Outsiders for you. And what's the other one? Grapes of Wrath. Uh,
Oh,
well,
that's
I
the
mean,
easiest one.
well, that one they're just being nice. They're like, no one should live in Oklahoma. I'm just kidding. I don't know. You
Yeah,
said it's the
no,
easiest
that's
one. So
no, you
what's
nailed
what's
it. No,
the
that was it. That was
no
pretty
no
much it. I don't know. Count your kids and save your money. I guess I don't even know. Like
yeah
that's pretty
no
much it.
that's right yeah because it's about like
It's all about the Dust
yeah
Bowl.
you're right Yeah, and about wasn't it that like supposed to be like post Great Depression kind of
Yeah, pretty much just fucking save
thing?
your goddamn money, save your fucking
Yeah,
crops, and make your kids
set
work for it.
during the Great Depression,
Yeah.
right? Which who knows? We could be on
We're
the
headed
horizon
towards it.
of.
Potentially,
I
potentially.
think
You own your
inflation
own
could
house?
be just astronomical. No, I mean, I've been putting
Same.
away some money. I think it's so expensive, right? Like the housing prices here are like
Don't feel bad, bro.
insane,
You ain't
and
alone, dog.
if you didn't get in, and then what happened
You're
was there was
not
this huge,
alone. You're so far from alone.
there
It's
was huge speculation from from China and like foreigners and stuff, and I mean, my parents made out like bandits, but
right,
for
just like
everyone
mine.
else,
Just
yeah,
like
if you
mine.
didn't.
Yep.
So for me, I'm like, okay, I'm in that crossroads where I'm not, after this pandemic, I'm literally thinking,
Here's a question for
should
you.
I, should I move somewhere where there's more opportunity?
Right?
For,
Right? Have you
but
thought
then
about
like,
moving to LA? Yes or no? Throughout your whole life?
I
I know
actually
I have.
dated a girl there for like 5 years, on and off.
Whoa, wait a minute. When you say you dated a girl, was it
Yeah.
you living in LA, being a Canadian citizen,
No,
or was it long distance?
no. It was long distance, so that's partly why I was on and off, and also I got her to come up here to live up here for like 7 or 8 months.
No shit. She actually
So,
moved from LA to Canada. No shit.
yeah, I mean, she loved it up here, loves it up here, but
Was it
basically,
a
like,
visa type of thing, or was it just like under the
no,
radar type of thing?
it was more like you're allowed to be in this country for 6 months, and I was helping her and like helping her with board, and she came up with a little bit of money and stuff like that. But
No
she
shit.
just
Okay.
finished at the time she had just finished university, so she was kind of free of a lot of obligations, and
I
we
hear
were
you.
like we were just like, let's
She
just
had
try
that
this
free
out. And,
space in life. That's a fucking goddamn.
mm-hmm.
That's a rare time to. Oh my god, that's so rare. It's so
Nice,
rare.
yeah.
Have that free moment, right? Whatever how long that moment is, that is a God. You gotta fucking
Oh, I don't
cherish it.
know. I'm still trying to keep that, but I mean,
I
maybe
fucking hear you on that one.
maybe that's just not growing up, like yeah, at least at the rate that other people are. Man, when I compare myself, my parents had a lot of kids, and they didn't really plan it. It's just the way it happened and
Gotcha.
stuff. But like my dad at this age was already had his fourth kid. His fourth kid. I'm like,
Jesus. Are you okay? Is your
bro.
parents okay? Are your parents good?
Oh yeah, they just retired actually, moved interior into like this place called Asturias, which is actually right along the border, about 4 hours east of here.
Oh shit. So
So it's
they're
really
doing good
nice.
then. They're doing good.
It's like wine country. Yeah, yeah. They're happy. It's like really nice. It's a lot more dry there. It's like kind of like our only desert in Canada. So it's kind of like
That's
where a
cool.
lot of people, yeah, a lot of people go
It's like the
to
Napa Valley
retire.
of Canada. Of
Yeah, yeah. Napa's a little closer
crude.
to
Crude.
yeah. Actually, well, the girl I dated in LA, wasn't even really LA. She lived in between San Diego and LA in a place called Temecula. So it's like kind of
One of
like
my
a
best friends lives in Temecula. One of my
no
best
way,
friends.
crazy.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Went in the
Well,
Navy with the
that's like kind
guy.
of a
He's
big
from
yeah. I was gonna
Temecula.
say it's a big
Huge.
naval
Yep.
outpost,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Yeah. So I did 3 years in Guam. My
Wow.
boy did 3 years in Guam, and then I got out. He continued to stay in, and he's now a recruiter in Temecula, where he's from. And
Huh?
yeah,
Maybe
he's
you're crazy.
raising the whole family and everything like that. So yeah, no,
Crazy.
I know Temecula.
Bet. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Um.
Crazy.
Yeah, maybe he knows my ex because she's a teacher down there.
No
That's what
shit.
she ended up getting. Yeah,
Teacher
so
in
maybe
what?
she's.
Grade school, middle school, high school,
I
college.
think
What's up?
she's at an English. Well, she's an English major. I think she went to Temecula Prep. So
I'll
basically,
have to write
her
that down.
her dad's a teacher and has been a teacher there forever. It's like one of those it's not a public school, but it's like one of those, what is it, Rotary schools? No,
Yeah, no, I know
they
what you're
call
talking about.
it's a
It's not necessarily a private, but you gotta have that coin.
yeah, it's not private, but there's
I
like, yeah,
feel
some
you.
people who get in there from grades and some people who get in there for yeah, it's a little bit more than what a obviously more than what a public
Traditional.
school.
Yeah.
It's not a full on private school, but yeah, that's yeah, and they try to teach like the classics and in sort of instead of they have a slightly different curriculum, a little bit more, I guess you would say, advanced in terms of like preparing you for college, I suppose, as opposed to like just the traditional public high schools that we went to, or I'm assuming you went to.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah, that's I forgot. I think they call it like a rotary school or something. But yeah, that was the breaking point. She finished school and then she was like, um, you know, basically she's up here, and I'm like, look, this can't last. You know, this can't last forever in terms of like you're gonna be here for so long, and we weren't quite at that point where we were like, let's, or at least I didn't think we were like, yeah, let's get married. And then, so you know, her dad's like, oh, I got an opportunity down here for you. I can get you in with the school. And like, I'm like, look, you know, you got to take this kind of thing. You can't. In terms of like, I didn't push her away, but it was just like, I don't know. It seemed like the right decision because she could get experience, and then with experience, she could apply to getting coming up here with like it. Anytime you can get like a full time gig at a job at like that right at a college and that as teaching is like usually you're like a on call type person for a while. So
Oh, I got you.
having that experience, I thought we would leverage her to being able to challenge and then maybe get hired up here. But it would take a sacrifice. Obviously, it's like we were in the middle of our relationship and having to be separated. And to be honest, at the end of the day, like her parents never wanted us to be together because they didn't like the distance and they thought she was just gonna leave, and there was like it was their oldest kid, their only girl, they're the only two kids, and I just never, I was never able to get in with them. I don't know what it was. Like I never made it maybe good or the greatest first impression, and I just could never feel comfortable around them. I felt judged, and we never got. I never got. It's so funny because I really good people person, getting along with people, but
Yeah.
I just never could with them. It's so that it just constantly was like a, you know how it is if you're not good with the in-laws. It just constantly was a
Yeah, if
point
you're
of
not good with the
contention.
in-laws, it's
Well, like, look, people can make
why?
a decision and they can say like, "Hey, deal with it," and then usually the in-laws kind of come around, but you have
Exactly.
to make that. You have to make that kind of jump. And to be honest with you, like, I guess if I was a little bit more forthright and demanding of it, I just didn't. We just didn't. She didn't communicate. I didn't know a lot of this stuff until it was kind of too late. Until they were in between and making her make you know, what are those ultimatum type decisions and stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, they were constantly the reason though why we were like turn off again, and it's never really
It's never good having
get
family
past it.
members fucking kind of get in the middle of all that bullshit.
Yeah, it's weird because usually you know, like you kind of expect it to be, if they did, it'd be not from jumping to conclusions, but like from actual like facts, like, oh, you cheated on my daughter, or oh, like you can't support her. Like I was supporting her, like while she was up here, I was paying for her rent for some of the month. So it's like you know, she wasn't living with me, right? So she came up here with her cousin first, and
Shit.
but anyways, yeah, it was all good. Anyways, that's why I know a lot about California. That's why I know a lot about the states in general. I mean, to be honest with you, I was already fairly, like, I guess you could say, versed in like other countries, in particular the states. But I mean, our pop culture is like, you know, it surrounds like us entirely. We're entirely engulfed by America. And I mean, that's what I was saying too about like that culture up here, like not just the girls, but like people.
Yeah.
It's very like kind of influenced by the other West Coast cities for sure.
For sure. No, that makes sense.
But yeah.
100%.
Anyways, that's what's up. But I'm at this point now where you were saying, would you ever go to LA? And I'm like, I do know some people down there. Like I actually do a little copywriting on the side. I have this guy I work with down there that's like, he has an agency and he's asked me, you know, I just do some stuff sometimes writing. But for me, it's like the biggest thing, and it was the biggest hurdle with our relationship too, is like it's really hard to get residency for whatever reason. It's super hard to get residency in America and vice versa, Canada, when you're an American or a Canadian.
For sure.
I don't know why that is. Like, is it because we're in close proximity, so it's almost too easy for people to like to just do both? But because unless you have this special elite skill set that the other country wants, they're
Sounds
kind of like,
but at the same time, it's like splitting hairs. So they make it difficult to split hairs.
yeah, they almost don't want it to be too easy for people just to go across and have like dual residency and just be able to work both sides or something. But like if you were, you know, if I were to go to the UK or Europe or other places, like it's super easy to get residency. Interesting. Anyways, that's what always was kind of a hard thing, is like you have to get sponsored, and she didn't have the experience and she wanted to be up here. And for me, it's like you know, I'm basically a carpenter, so like there's tons of those guys. I have, you know, sales experience, which comes into play with the work I have up here. But it's just, you know, anyways, that's if going to LA for me right now, I'm at a crossroads where I'm like, do I want to go in other places in the world, like we were discussing, to have maybe more opportunity, real estate environment in terms of, but it's really just that, like a foundational part of life is kind of, I don't know, it's always kind of been like, hey, you know, get a place of your own, you know.
Exactly.
Grow
No,
with that.
I'm kind of somewhat in the same way. I'm just looking for the market to be in the right spot and gonna jump on it.
Yeah, I think up here a lot of people have been expecting there to be some sort of overcorrection, and it just doesn't seem happening. You know what's crazy is if you have the cash flow, is that I think and when I say cash flow, like I'm talking about like you don't want to risk this, because if everything does inflate here coming up, like you're seeing, well, you're already seeing, right? Like my brother-in-law is a builder, and he, you know, the prices of lumber, for instance, has gone up 300% last year.
That's insane.
So basically, like
That's
to build a home,
insane.
so that cost is going to eventually trickle down, pass down. So even if just like prices are higher, it's going to cost like $50,000 more to build a home. Well, guess what? Like people are going to have to pay more than for the house, like even without natural inflation and speculation and stuff. So
exactly,
it's a kind of thing where if you buy something like, with, you know, I'm not talking about where it's going to put you in a bind, you know, where you're making payments that you can't pay because down the road, you know, if things do inflate, there could be a lot of lost jobs, and you need to make those payments. You don't want to lose your whole home or your whole shirt, right? But there would be things like if you he's like, you're joking around, we're like, this might be the only time where you like could buy a boat and you actually might break even if you sell it in a few years because you know, because you're you know, you have the boat, but then in a few years it's worth like $5,000 more because you know. But cash, I think it's as much as it's always good to have savings, like I feel like we're right at this point where you kind of want to buy things while they're still a little bit cheaper, and people are selling things to, you know, to get by and stuff, and then when inflation happens, those things for the people that can't afford them. Look, you can't eat a boat. That's the thing, though. You can't eat a house. You know what I mean? So on the other hand, you know, sitting on something, still need positive, you know, capital and cash flow, and that's the hard decisions that people have to make. I agree.
Damn straight. I agree.
But yeah, in terms, it's just the other places that are more feasible for the most part. Although I've looked at a lot of places in the States that are like up and comers, like Austin kind of was obviously one that already happened, that boom. But Indianapolis is actually, interestingly enough, really, really reasonably priced spot. And you have to have a place that also you can get work and there's job opportunity. No one wants, like you said, no one
So
wants to
many
live in
factors.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, so many factors.
We're fortunate, I think, in the north, at least where we live. I mean, as much as the rain sometimes sucks, it's pretty beautiful up here, and there's work and there's lots of.
Yeah.
It just feels like every year I just feel like I'm getting further and further behind. Maybe it's just that I'm used to because of our parents and their generation, and they all had like the picket fence and everything else.
That's the
Like
thing,
I'm
man.
like
That's the thing.
I'm never gonna get that. It feels like unless I go somewhere and make it happen and kind of deal with the cons of living in a shithole or maybe a place that's not as safe or maybe a place that's just get foreign and stuff to me.
Yeah, no, that's the reason why you have to just block that shit off and just kind of go for it.
But you know what, Dave? Though you have an NBA team though, and at the end of the day, would it be nice for me to live somewhere where there's a
Another
professional
way to
basketball
where they
team?
can siphon my
Yes.
money away. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. But I mean,
Yeah,
I can watch the games on
so I can watch
TV.
mediocrity
I
happen
can.
year after year.
I
No,
can
it's
have
great. No, it's
tribe,
really cool.
but it's community. It's tribalism. It's
Oh yeah,
a sense of
yeah.
belonging.
Talk about that after your second year living here, third year living here, fourth
It's
year living here. No, it's great.
Rose City, baby. It's
Oh,
Rose
Rose
City.
City, all roses, baby. Even if you lose, you just smell those roses. Smells fucking as red as a goddamn flower. It's great. Yeah. Yeah, just telling
So
you
you
how it
don't have
is.
any. You don't have any
Love my
draft picks
Blazers.
this year, right?
No, of course not. Why wouldn't we have draft? Why would we have draft picks?
Well, you
That
got
sounds
Robert
insane.
Covington.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Yeah. That's great.
I will say that.
It's
What do you
almost like
think?
he has two arms and then a huge cock for defense. That's great.
What did you think of the? I don't want to get you fired up here, but the Norman Powell for Gary Trent Jr. trade.
Fantastic trade.
For who?
Just for us. Yeah, it was a great trade.
What?
Yeah, no, that was a great trade. Are you kidding me? No, of course. Is Gary Trent Jr. better than Norman Powell? Regardless of team. Yes. Oh, well, we have Norman Powell.
I think.
And
I
the
think
other
Gary
team
Trent.
has
I
Gary
think Gary
Trent.
Trent Jr. is
Gary
a better
Trent is
defender.
Smaller. He's smaller. Number one.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Yes.
Also, Gary Trent doesn't have 7'1" fucking arms. So,
Yeah.
oh, also, he, as in Norman Powell, won a championship with the Raptors.
I am aware of that.
Fourth, I knew
No,
you would be aware of that. Fourth, he doesn't have the athleticism. This is Gary Trent speaking. That Norman Powell does. Wait a minute.
True.
So wait a minute. So we gave away a guy that has a ton of quote unquote potential for a guy that already unlocked
I think
that potential, that has a 7'1"
No.
arm span
Hey, come on.
versus a guy that
Don't die on
literally,
this
no matter
Norman
how
Powell
hard
hill,
he
okay?
wants to, he will never ever develop 7'1" arms. He just can't. It's
That's
impossible.
true. But neither will Steph Curry, so I mean.
That's great. And Steph Curry's won the MVP multiple times because of his shooting. So that's the worst comparison I could think of. Between Norman Powell and no, that was a great comparison. Yeah.
Hey, Dusty.
Yo, what's up, dog?
Oh, we're talking about the Blazers. We're talking about basketball.
Oh, see, my team got knocked out, so.
What's your team again?
I'm a Mavericks fan.
Oh, but you got a bright future.
Jesus Christ.
Yes,
Sort of.
Why
very,
does Future
very,
play-
Sort of.
very,
why does Future
very
play
Sort of.
every
No,
team?
sort of.
Oh my God.
So,
Sort of.
Stop.
so Luca's
Just
Luca's gonna sign that super deal.
Yeah.
Like
kidding
everybody
me?
knows it,
Yeah.
and he's breaking records left and right. What we got to do
Yes.
is find somebody to back up Porzingis. Cauley Stein is
Wait.
not the answer.
Yes, but wait, is Porzingis the answer though?
Guys, I
He's
have
injury
to go to
prone,
bed.
but he's good.
I gotta go to bed.
No, play one. Play one.
Okay.
No, I
I'll
literally
catch
have to
you.
go
I'll
to bed.
catch you.
Yeah.
Alright, Dave,
yeah.
I'll catch you.
Yeah, I'll
All
catch
right,
you
Joe.
around, man.
Yeah, we'll talk more.
Alright.
Alright.